Alrighty. Hello, hello. Welcome to this game between Divas Never Die and Netflix and Chill. We're looking forward to game one. So, this is going to be an interesting game. We have two AD carries who have yet to face each other, yet have been performing really well. And so, we're looking very much forward to how they will be doing in this game. Other than that, I will be casting this game as Maheshwara together with my co-colleague Pensive. We're still having some mic issues, so we're hoping that that will be fixed very soon. Right. Other than that, highlights that I still remember from previous game, having seen both teams play, was Netflix and Chill managed to steal some objectives with the Jinx ult from Giraffe's legs, who afterwards felt a bit sad because that didn't manage to get their team over the hump. And of course, Divas Never Die have been performing really well as a unit together as well. I am expecting the Jinx pick to be a contested pick during this game, and we will see. We will see what happens and move forward from there. Other than that, I have had a quick look at the teams as well. There aren't too many shared picks between their champion pools. It will be interesting to see if Magikarp is going to get his hands onto his preferred jungler, being Viego. And of course, it will be very interesting to see if the the other sub, being the fraud, will be able to get his hands on his preferred. And I'm hearing my podcasting. So,
Ooh, I think I got it. I'm not sure what was going on. I swapped over to my headset, so hopefully the sound is not too bad.
that's good.
I don't know
It's good.
what's.
We can hear you clearly.
That's good.
All right. So as I was saying, I'm looking forward. It's going to be interesting to see what the junglers will pick up, how they will influence their teams, what the pressure points will be, what they choose to work together. And I am very much looking forward to the draft.
Absolutely. I'm really
So,
looking forward to see who gets the jinx between them two. Quite a contested pick.
right. So, and here we are getting the draft up. And the draft between blue side was Divas Never Die, and Netflix and Chill ended up on the red side. If we look at the bans, as somewhat to be expected, De Viego was instantly banned, together with a Ari ban and a Misfortune ban from the Divas Never Died. The Misfortune targeted towards Giraffe's legs, and Giraffe's legs answered with a Samira ban, a Sejuani ban, and wanted to get rid of the Vagar as well. This ended up with first pick, as expected, the first pick Jinx, because that was going to be the contested pick and the preferred pick between both AD carries. Answered with
Interestingly,
a. Mhm.
there was no Trundle banned in the first rotation, so they were leaving it open.
Yep, that was indeed very interesting. The thing which I'm looking forward to is the Draven answer from Giraffe's legs, to see how that one will go down. And obviously, Aussie has her famous Anivia support picked, so it's going to be an interesting lane down in the bot lane.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they gave Slugger his Trundle. They do not fear it. They said, our Shen can answer it.
Yeah, I'm very surprised with the that the Trundle got through. I do have to say that I very much like the draft from Divas Never Die. They've got a hyper carry with then three champions with a lot of CC. So if that Jinx knows how to position herself properly, Netflix and Chill are going to have to be on their A game to try and lock her down. That being
Yeah,
said, should the Jinx fall, that I am slightly worried about the lack of damage that might be on Divas Never Die. What do you think, Vincent?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's very interesting draft from Divas Never Die. I think they honestly got the better of their opponent in this one with saying, hey, if your Shen wants to TP and, ult down to a different lane, Trundle is gonna just destroy your turrets, destroy your base. A really, really smart decision, honestly, because normally Shen is quite good at the Trundle in lane, as we see a nice little cheesy level 1 strat from Slugger beating down on the Shen. But you are absolutely right that when Jinx falls, a lot of the damage is gone from the Divas Never Die side. However, I'm not too fond of the dive potential from Netflix and Chill. They don't seem to have that much.
Yeah, that is indeed a bit worrying. Like they are banking on getting that Wukong somehow in the back line with with a Shen ult on top of it, provided that the Trundle doesn't stop it. So, but still, early trades have been going a bit of the way of Divas Never Die. So this is a good. I'd say this is a good start all around. And the question here is, what is going on with our junglers? Both of them have decided to path in opposite directions, which is a rather interesting start.
Yeah, smartly, Amumu going towards the bot lane. He knows where his hyper carry is, where he wants to really feed, right? The Jinx. Whereas on the opposing side, a little strange for the Wukong to go towards the Shen. Maybe they think they can get an early kill on an over aggressive Trundle, but I definitely would have expected it to go towards the Draven. Draven, a champion that relies on getting ahead early. Yeah, that's basically the entire champion in in essence.
True. Then again, if Wukong does manage to pull off the ganks on the top lane, it means you unlock the Shen, which means that he can ult out for free. So there is something to be said for that. And when we were going around, being spotted first by Aussie on the Anivia.
As the junglers trade scuttle crabs, do the classic handshake.
Oh, but I have the impression that Magikarp is looking for something in mid lane, and somebody's
Watanabe
without
low on mana.
mana.
This is looking really good. Oh, flash in, but they don't commit
Oh,
any extra, and Watanabe escapes
that
with a sliver of
that was
health.
really close one.
Very, very close.
So, oh, and look at the in the bot lane going for an aggressive trade here. Trade onto a good chunk of damage onto the Anivia, onto the Jinx
Always have
with
to
a
be careful
beautiful
those
wall
Draven
from the
axes.
Anivia. Yeah, they had a really good idea in the bot lane of putting something with a lot of zone control, being the Anivia together with the. Here's a replay from that near first
Oh,
kill.
so close. Maybe he thought the red buff was gonna take him, but it wasn't. It just wasn't enough. Teleports burned from the mid laners to get back into lane. As a slight roam from the Lissandra, but not going to find much as the bot lane of Netflix and Chill has recalled.
Mm-hmm.
But a CS advantage starting to build up in the top lane, doubling his opponent's CS. He still has a decent wave to pick up.
Yeah, but I think that's to be expected because Trundle can't really trade. Trundle trades extremely well into uh, the Shen, so I think that's to be expected. Right now, Shen is probably going to be only catching whatever minions they get onto the turret. So
Wukong looking at the
the,
dragon right now. starting it slowly but surely. Amumu none the wiser.
I like this very much from when junglers do this. It's kind of like a vision check, see if the opposition has any vision there. Just
Squire's
poke
bloom
around.
used, though. And he decides to just give it up. Decides not to go and chase on the Dragon Pit. He says, my laners don't have prio. It's not my turn to do this. And they seem to be giving up the Ocean Drake on this one.
Wise decision. And this is going to help out that Shen in the top lane with the trades. Early on, they're a bit
Absolutely.
rough, but now he's going to have a bit of sustain. It's going to help him out.
It's another
Oh, look
great
at
wall and stun E combo from Aussie Sauce. Ooh, but a fantastic bubble turns it around. Giraffe Leg's taking a lot of damage
yeah.
from the Jinx.
Oh, and in mid lane.
As a fight breaks out in the mid lane.
Oh, and we got
Oh,
our
tough
first
rock.
blood.
Mumu and Lysandra CC chaining the Swain, saying, "You're not moving anytime today," as Swain goes down.
Yeah, and we also see that trade in the top lane where we immediately have some action that goes down. Interesting enough, they didn't want to burn they didn't want to burn the ultimate on the Trundle. He wasn't ready to fully commit there.
But it's a good chunk to have, Shen is a lot scarier if he's missing over half of his HP when he tries to teleport onto somebody.
Yeah, very sorry. Here you see back that beautiful replay of the beautiful trade and the kill in mid lane where they really played this to perfection.
Ooh. Gotta wonder if maybe pulling them in ended up getting him killed there.
Mm, probably but it was a very nice setup either way. They played that really smartly.
Very, very good
And
stack of CC. There's a gank up in the top lane. Trundle getting Wukong ultied, and it's just CC to death by the Shen and Wukong combo. The kill picked up
beautiful
by
stuff.
Magikarp.
Beautiful stuff. Really good. And the
Just in
mid
time
laner
for
had
grubs.
yeah, and the mid laner had also rotated over to make sure that nothing could happen there. This was really good rotations all around. Now this is going to be a bit interesting.
A Mumu Q
So
going wide, but probably for the best there.
yeah, probably. Do note that should there be a challenge, all the ults except for the Shen one have been burnt for the grubs. So should Amumu fancy it, there is a window.
But it looks like Divas Never Die have chosen to just give up the grubs. They know they are man down, and it's not worth going for. As the bot lane of Netflix and Chill looking low on mana at this point. Looking for a recall. So far, the early game being played quite well from the side of Netflix and Chill.
Indeed. And what I'm also liking very much is Netflix and Chill is absolutely stacking up those objectives. They've already got two. They're one away from claiming those feats. So
It's
it's
been
a nice
quite a
start.
slow game.
Yeah, but slug will be a good start. We've got something that this can explode at any given moment. We've got TPs, we've got Shenults. It's
Absolutely.
all they need is one small opportunity. Yet, despite having all the objectives, there is a gold lead for the Divas Never Die. So this should be
Absolutely.
interesting. Nothing that can't be clawed back though. Like
No, it's
it's a small lead.
very much an even game at this point. Slightly favoring, I would say, Netflix and Chill with the objectives.
I
As
agree because
the ultimate is burned by Z Archer on the Swain.
and in the top lane, another good throwdown. I also like how Little Slugger King is basically manipulating this wave to consistently push towards him, meaning that the Shen has to always be a bit out of position.
Well, it looks like Ozzy Sauce was looking for a roam here to potentially dive to Lysandra, but that's completely thwarted by the Amumu. As the next dragon should be spawning relatively soon, the next objective to play for.
Right, so and considering that the Netflix and Chill have two, I would expect Divas Never Die to want to contest this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. They got to be careful. You can go for the dragon, but you don't want to give up too much, as a lot of deaths could give the feats of warfare over to the side of Divas Never Die, as it's still just 1-all. Very quiet game so far.
Ooh, excellent stun. Oh, and nice return damage. This should be interesting. There we go, and
Huge ultimates being popped as the Amumu goes down, as the dragon has come up, and the Scuttle Crab also stolen away. You got to imagine this is going to be another objective over to the side of Netflix and Chill.
yeah, but there's still three strong here, and the others are. This could be interesting. They're split up.
Watanabe aggressively flashing forward, ultimate onto the Draven, as the Draven is taken down, but a huge catch onto the bot lane of Divas Never Die. The Jinx goes down,
And
Nami looking to follow, Watanabe being caught out by the rest of the team. Oh, but Amumu's back and alive. Swain and Lysandra both trade. Ooh, wow.
And this is really well done because this is the fun part. Divas Never Die initiated the fight there, knowing that they had no jungler, meaning that they needed a fight to force something, and they ended up going aggressive, but bit off a bit more than they could chew. I like the fight onto the Draven, but I think that was a bit of an over-investment because it left a free route for the Swain to come in.
And during this entire thing, the Shen ult was chosen not to be used.
Oh yes, indeed, very very good catch there. Also, very nice interrupt from the ult from the Wukong, not allowing Amumu to completely get out and reform the lines.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, this means that and we have another replay because there is so much action, as we predicted earlier. Action, it can just pop off real fast.
The feat of warfare as well went over to the side of Netflix and Chill. So this dragon, if it's given up by Divas Never Die, will give him the feats of strength. But we see a catch onto the Draven. And it looks like there might be a chance here for Divas Never Die to take the dragon. But Ozzy Sauce picks up the Amumu.
Yes, it's exchanged all around. Oh, and the beautiful
a huge
zap
snipe
from the Jinx
onto the Swain.
And look
Watanabe
at that.
also went down during this.
And there we go. And all of a sudden, that Jinx is truly and well a couple of kills ahead. She has been.
Oh, yeah.
And this is when things get scary, when you've got a late game AD carry that gets a lead against somebody who wants to have the lead. And it means that your damage
is looking scary here. This is definitely not a champion you want to give a lot of kills to.
Nope. She is getting fast-tracked to being that scary late game carry. And
once again, the Shen ultimate chosen not to be used. You got to imagine that there has to be a reason for this. Maybe they're just afraid of Slugger taking down the tower if Shen goes down to the bot lane.
That or Slugger can interrupt that Shen ult real easy. He can just pillar it, and
yes, absolutely, he can pillar it.
And then the Shen
unable to find any space to use it. Here's the
and
earlier
on each
fight
of these fights. And on each of these fights, it's worth mentioning that Slugger is doing an amazing job of being in the face of that Shen all the time.
Yeah, not giving him any room to breathe.
Meanwhile, it's been 3-4 minutes and that objective is still there. Oh, and look at the Wukong. The Wukong might fancy going for the Herald to claim that second.
He's playing the game of, oh, you're going to be so distracted with the dragon, I'll just take a different objective. Ooh, as Ozzy Sauce is caught out. And this is the dragon going over to the side of Divas Never Die. However, Wukong is soloing the Herald, and this is going to give him the feat of strength.
Yeah. And then it's going to be so now the question is not they are none the wiser of it. They are deciding we are going to dumpster this Draven. We want this Draven.
Oh, a
But look
lot
at
being
this.
burned to
Oh,
try and get this
Giraffe.
Draven. Flashes and ultimates, and it's
Oh,
in the end a trade back over. Oh, it's a lot of overcommitments to
the
try and kill this Draven, and it ends up being 1-for-1. Honestly, if I was
yeah.
Netflix and chill, I wouldn't be too disheartened by that. That'd be pretty positive.
No, I think that they actually get the benefit out of this because the Draven, even though Draven died just before the Lysandra, the Draven does get to cash out on his passive here with the kill.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
Oh, as a moose
oh
caught out.
wow.
Oh wow. And this means that
That,
Herald, while it did fail to get its second charge on the middle tower, they still get a good chunk of it, and they trade tier one mid tower for tier one bot tower, and a decent amount of damage onto the tier two mid tower for Netflix and chill.
I wonder if Ozzy Sauce meant to put that wall up right as the chart was going through. I think that
Probably
that
not,
was
but
but it's still a very interesting interaction, one that I didn't know was available because I don't see a lot of Anivias these days. Oh, look at this. Oh, Shen is thinking about it. Shen is thinking about it.
if I remember, I think
Nice
Trump
trade
can
back
also
from the
do that with
Shen.
his pillar.
Yeah. So, but basically, top lane up until now has been somewhat of an island. We've had Wukong up there once, which led to a kill, and other than that, it's just been a trade back and forth with some damage. Oh, both ults used, both flashes used. The bot lane. And
However,
Watanabe,
Watanabe's
it
ultimate a
looks
lot more
like it's, yep.
defensively. You know, Flash is burned on the Anivia, just dodging the Jinx rocket.
Yeah, things are looking pensive. If you take stock of this, right? Let's look at both teams, the advantages and the disadvantages that they have here. What do you think?
So right now, I'm actually favoring the side of Divas Never Die. They're the ones with a hyper carry who's got quite a few kills. The Trundle seems almost unkillable by the enemy team as he goes on. He has a massive gold lead now, I would imagine, from just on the 1v1. Um, However, you do have to respect that the Wukong's probably is ahead of your Mumu. The Swain is doing quite a good job at keeping down the Lysandra. She doesn't seem to be able to lane against them in the sidelines. And if they're able to get through the front line of Divas Never Die, the Jinx is in danger. So they really need to make sure that they stay strong, stay healthy, and are able to actually frontline for that Jinx.
I think that it's in a very, very interesting state because, as you just said, the Jinx is already online. I think we can agree on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Wukong has a very good lead across his counterpart Amomo, and they've managed to lock up the feats, being the feats of strength and the feats of warfare, which gives them access to those coveted upgrades on their boots.
Oh, as here we see exactly what we were talking about. The Wukong finding a clear angle onto the Jinx, and Jinx goes down.
Very well executed. Nice pathing from the side lane from Wukong, coming in, committing his flash to make sure that he got onto that Jinx. And poor Nami was there literally just to watch and knew that she had no chance whatsoever of saving the Jinx. Nice ult though to
Absolutely.
interrupt both the bot lane, but
Able to
that
stop another
Wukong
Draven
is
cash out. But here we see that, Watanabe is really struggling to keep up with his Swain. Swain is just pushing, 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 slowly draining Watanabe's life on this Lysandra. As another catch goes on to there, Lysandra forced to ult defensively, but Amumu's here to answer, and it looks like they might be able to pick up the Swain, and they do. Oh, a bit of an overstep from the Swain. Very close, almost soloing the Lysandra. Well done by Amumu to come in just at the right time to be able to stop that.
Excellent pathing, excellent recognition of the situation as well by Diamomo, making sure that he comes in. And this is, at this point, it's all small things you need. Here you see another replay, Diamomo pathing around perfectly, no vision, and then they go down. Interestingly, third Drake is up. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually want to contest this. They've got the Jinx. Team fighting wise, they are stronger.
And Swain does have
Will the
teleport,
Shen join
however,
them?
he has just spawned. Oh, as an Amumu
Ooh,
finds
Jinx
another engage onto the Jinx.
oversteps. Jinx face checked. That was not what we wanted to see. But
However, the Wukong does go down.
yeah, but
Uh,
three kills
ends up in
over
favor
to
of 3-for-1 in favor of Netflix and Chill. And even though both junglers went down, I don't think there's any contest for this dragon.
no. And crucially, the Jinx is also down, meaning that Damus can't do a giraffe, sending that beautiful Jinx up to steal the objective, which he did in his previous game. So no, this was very well played, and also let's put into focus Aussie Sauce with his beautiful play on the Anivia. While I'm going back over that in the top lane, we finally have Little Slugger. His advantage is going up and up, and he finally manages to get that turret. And
He's
down goes
online.
Shen.
He got the tower, got the solo kill on the Shen. It's starting to become a problem. No one can really answer this Trundle in the side lane. Maybe it's time that they move the Swain up there. Perhaps he can keep the Trundle at bay, but I don't think the Shen can.
No, and one very, very crucial part, which Shen now has picked up, but I fear it's a bit too late. He finally got his. He's finally bought some anti heal in the form of the Bramble Vest. But this is going to be interesting here. Wow, look at this. Instantly committing for the Swain and goodbye. And that means that Aussie Sauce is in danger because this is one Jinx that is sped up. And there we go. Down
When
goes
Jinx
Aussie
gets
Sauce.
excited, it's just a nightmare, isn't it? Oh, you can't get away, and you know you're next. That means Atakan is up for Divas Never Die, as they've just taken two members away from Netflix and Chill, as Draven and Wukong are just stuck in the jungle watching as their friends fall to their graves.
Yeah, and here we see that replay where the Archer is slightly caught out of position, pops his ult, trying to sustain through, and then Aussie Sauce has to flash away. Aussie Sauce doing his damn best to make sure that there's no chance whatsoever of him going down. But that Jinx, once she gets
Fantastic CC
excited,
chain from the sides of Divas Never Die as well.
yeah, it was very, very well executed. And whereas I was praising Aussie Sauce earlier for the zone control that he provided with that Anivia, I feel that here it would have he might have been able to throw down that a tad faster to maybe save the Swain. Still very well stuff is being played out extremely well here. And
Oh,
oh, Amumu.
see Amumu getting caught out, blowing his
Okay.
flash. Another great wall by Azutan to stop Amumu from running away, as Amumu is forced to re-engage as he has nowhere else to go. Watanabe now in danger as
Yeah.
the Baron spawns, but
Yeah, but
Meowshiita's on the
here's the
side,
Jinx.
dealing tons of damage, and Jinx is excited. Huge burst by the Jinx to take down three
Yeah.
members from Netflix and Chill, as Slugger solos the Swain on the other side of the map. And the Baron has spawned. Yeah, your jungler's down, but you've just destroyed the enemy team.
And this is what we mentioned earlier. Slugger's truly online, and now Divas Never Die have two big, big points of contention. They can put Slugger down on one side, and they can have the Jinx on the other side. And Netflix and Chilla have to solve this equation because they're going to have to find a way. Here's a beautiful replay where the
It
fraud
starts
gets
really
somewhat
good
caught
for them.
out, and a beautiful start, really good stuff. But then all of a sudden, that Jinx is truly online, and boom, instantly, three people go down. And you've got on the other side Slugger making sure that Swain can't do anything.
And he takes
Very,
the tier 2
very
as
well
well. That's a
executed.
huge, huge influx of gold. As you see, Divas Never Die about 3 point, almost 4K ahead now of Netflix and Chill.
Yeah, within the span of let's say 4 minutes, it's a 5k gold swing in favor of Divas Never Die, and now the question becomes for the Netflix and Chill. You have three dragons already. Do you want to go for that soul and put Elder on the map, or do you want to delay that for a little while?
You gotta imagine at
And
this point as well, yeah, your Wukong is quite strong and ahead, but I don't think he can deal with the Jinx. You need more than just Wukong getting on top of the Jinx to really stop her. There's too much peel, too much CC from the side of Divas Never Die. So they need to be able to just get together and find a way to. Ooh, as Swain is forced to flash in the bot
yeah,
lane.
good flash
Oh, this
though. Very good
Jinx.
flash,
Very
recognizing
good
that he was in a
flash.
horrible position. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see here.
Ooh, Aussie Sauce needing to be careful there, home.
The blue team is setting up a nice amount of vision. They're going to be able to see the red team walk in, and they instantly start that dragon.
It's a Cloud Drake over to the side of Divas Never Die, as Trundle is on the side waves, just absolutely making that Shen's life hell. He just can't go anywhere. He's stuck in a tower. The tower is slowly taking chips of damage. Oh, what would you do if
It
you were on the side of Netflix and Chill? What's your thought process at this point?
Well, if I'm Netflix and chill here, I think that you've got two options. Either you try and force the team fight and make sure that you get that one, or you decide to commit multiple members towards that Trundle and kill him once, twice, maybe three times to make sure that he has to start respecting the opposition. Because right now, Trundle can go where he pleases. He doesn't have to worry at all. They're not falling down, trying to catch him out either. So, and he is just continuously growing his gold lead. Right now, this game, he's 3.5k gold up. That's a full item and a bit. If you're the Shen, whoever matches him, be it the Shen or the Swain, neither of them are going to have a good time at this point. Um,
Yeah.
so
And the
that's
Shen
going to
may
be a
have a
really
Thornmail, but this Trundle still has two lifesteal items, and he can just ignore you. You can't deal with him. He'll just take your tower instead.
yeah.
As
Oh,
Shen is
and
being
here
caught
here
out
we
here by the
go.
Jinx Nami combo.
Yeah,
Great traps
and
by the Jinx.
this.
A fantastic bubble, and a Mumu's here to just seal the deal as Shen goes down to the Jinx. As we see
Oh, and look
Trundle
there. There goes
just
Trundle.
soloing the Swain once again. Wukong's here to answer, but not in time, and Wukong's forced to just go away. And here we have the Baron being started by the side of Divas Never Die. As Trundle TPs to the mid lane just to cover.
The Divas Never Die are doing an excellent. Oh, good try from the
Nice
Draven.
attempted steal from Draven, yeah.
Yeah. Divas Never Die are doing an excellent job of finding picks and using those picks to always get an objective. They are a
Absolutely.
team on a mission, specifically looking each time they find something. They're not just happy with the kill; they try and translate that into an extra lead through getting an extra objective. Very well played by Divas Never Die. And
Yeah.
here we
Big
go.
shout out to
This is
Divas Never Die for their bat movement. They've done this really well.
So, and it's going to be interesting. And I like, and whoever's calling the shots for Divas That Never Die, I gotta say, I really like what they're doing here. They're sending four people up on the top, knowing that they can fight them, whereas the one person who cannot be answered in a 1v1, Trundle is in the bot lane. So I think that they will let this wave go, and on the next wave, when Trundle gets there, they're going to start Oh,
Oh, a
excellent stuff
huge
from
pull in
Aussie
by the
Sauce.
Swain as Wukong's able to follow up with a fantastic ultimate as three members, including the Jinx, go down. However, Trundle in the bot lane does get the inhibitor tower, so a great engage by Netflix and Chill, but they're still losing their base.
So, no,
Oh,
excellent, excellent stuff here. Again, hats off to Aussie Sauce on the Anivia, piloting that champion excellently. Look here, instantly using that ultimate as soon as he sees the the
the Swain.
pullback from the swing coming in, and that was excellent stuff because that means everybody's slowed. You can't go anywhere in that Anivia ult, and that's that zone control that was referred to earlier.
Yeah, it was fantastic use of the Nevermore by the Swain, and then followed up just beautifully by the Anivia and Wukong.
There's one thing I'm very interested on, and I'd like to ask if production could double check this. What is the skill order that the Aussie Sauce has been using? Has he been skilling his wall, or has he been doing the traditional Q and E? Unfortunately, we just can't see that on the screen. So that's
I'm
one
sure Tuba
thing.
will let us know shortly.
There we go. Confirmation from our production. Aussie Sauce has maxed out Q and E, and so it's still a small wall, but each level that he gains now, that wall is going to become larger and larger, and that zone control is going to be real big. Oh, look at this. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff from Divas Never Die. They see that one person is out of position, and there they go. This is a 4v5 fight, and it's looking.
Oh, as
Ooh,
the Jinx is running wild with it, and Trundle in the top lane taking the inhibitor tower once again. You imagine that's another inhibitor going down for Netflix and Chill, and honestly, they might be looking to end the game here. It's only the
yeah,
Anivia alive. There's no one else able to really make use, do anything. And I gotta say, I don't remember seeing a single Shen ultimate this entire game. They've done a fantastic
no,
job at just neutralizing that Shen.
yeah, very, very good stuff from the top laner. Excellent on how he made sure that the opposing Shen never got to ultimate, never got to place an ultimate. And in the end, that is one of the reasons why you want to get that Shen, be able to impact the team fights, and he just never got the chance to do it. I
It's a
was
classic
very
moment
impressed.
of how can play.
Yeah, and I was very impressed also of the macro for the Divas Never Die. They had a clear plan and they executed it very well. As soon as they got the Baron, Trundle in the bot lane, four of them in the top lane. No matter what, you're going to lose something there as Netflix and Chill. So that's kind of, and then Netflix and Chill did what, in my opinion, was the best call. They went for that fight in the top lane. Beautiful pullback. So there were some good fights, punches thrown left and right, and I am very, very much looking forward to what the next game will be bringing. We will send this into a short break, unless Pensive has something else to add.
No, this was fantastic to see. Well done to Divas Never Die for taking that game number one. It was a really well utilized team. They were able to do exactly what they wanted, got their lanes that needed to be ahead, and we see once again why you don't give Lil Slugger Trundle. Very, very good on that champion. I wonder what Giraffe Legs is thinking at this point, because I remember him saying that they were feeling very confident at playing against Divas Never Die. Makes you wonder what's going on and on the side of Netflix and Chill now.
Yeah, well, they right now they have the chance to select their sides, which side they will go for the next game, and once that is done, it's going to be interesting to see if they want to stay on the red side or if they want to get a first pick over Divas Never Die. Right. And on
Absolutely.
that note, we will send it into a short break and catch you back in 5.
See you guys soon.
Welcome back, everybody. We've had our short little break, and I hope that both teams have been able to put game one past them. Second game, new chance. It's going to be interesting. Pensive, shall we dive right into the draft?
Absolutely. Happy to watch it. I'm excited to see what they come up with. Now that the Jinx is gone, which was the highly contested pick, I want to see how Netflix and Chill is able to answer what's going on down in the bot lane and in the top lane with Slugger and his just absolute amazing pushing skills.
All right. So we got the information from production that we will not be watching the draft. So we will be passing it on to you as Netflix and Chill decided to remain on the red side, giving first pick up to DND Divas Never Die yet again, valuing that counter pick in the top lane. And so the bands ended up being Morgana, Zyra, and Seth for the side of Divas Never Die. And Netflix and Chilled answered with Rakan, Seraphine, and Oriana, recognizing that Divas Never Die like to play Zyra Rakan and breaking up the pair and with the bands. Divas Never Die ended up answering with a Syndra as a first pick, which got answered from Netflix and Chill side by a Fizz, which is the traditional counter pick for the Syndra. And after that, we ended up getting the misfortune for Giraffe Legs, his second most played and very trusted pick. I feel though that it kind of was predicted that was going to happen because Divas Never Die had Desire ready and answered surprisingly with a Sejuani jungle, which then
Very
got
interesting indeed.
answered. Which then got answered by, even more surprisingly, the Jax from Netflix and Chill, and not Magikarp's most played champion being the Viego, opting not
Makes
to
a lot
go
of
for the
sense.
Viego this game.
Viego not known for being able to kill Sejuani very well. Well, Sejuani doesn't have the biggest of kill pressures. She's just very tanky. And Viego wants kind of a very squishy team to be able to just get on top of. And when you look at a tanky Sejuani, Syndra that can blast you away with her E, and a Zaya that can R, you start not having a great amount of targets to be able to one-shot with a Viego.
Whereas I can agree on that. My question though is how does Jax fare better in those matchups than Viego though? So
I assume
obviously,
that Jax was a flex pick because it could have been played top lane as well.
yeah, true. We can't say that for certain, but considering when we look at the fact that the top laner has yet to play a single game of Jax this season, my inclination is that that would be a Jax jungle. And then the second round bans, Netflix Never Die decided to ban the Olaf and the Malphite, whereas the
Divas never die.
Divas Never Die, sorry, decided to ban Udyr and Brand, ending up with two final picks being Senna and Owen for Netflix and Chill, and Rel and Mundo for Divas Never Die. Very importantly, two melee champions to go with the Sejuani. I think that's an excellent pickup.
Yeah. I'm curious as to why Ornn was picked as a counter to Mundo, however. Not exactly the champion that is known to bully Mundo around.
No, I do agree on that, but I gotta say, Ornn plus MF, if they ever fight in a choke point, that's going to be a place where Netflix and Chill are going to be able to do a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Choosing to pick composition over the lane, not can't fault them too much for that. It's just I'm pretty sure Mundo beats Ornn, generally speaking. It's they're kind of picking against themselves here.
The top lane matchup with Mundo into Ornn basically goes kind of even until Mundo gets that one Giant's belt plus the Warmogs, and once that's in there, then the Ornn is in for a world of pain. So it's going to
Absolutely.
be interesting to see how they get around that. No
And
invades, classic starts.
Netflix and Chill definitely choosing not to have a clear answer to the Dr. Mundo split push. But perhaps they think they can just get ahead fast enough that it won't be a problem.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how this top lane is going to evolve, especially knowing that there's a timer on that one. Then again, how do you feel that both teams scale? Pensive.
So when I look at both teams, I honestly fear the side of Divas Never Die a bit more. Mundo, obviously one of the best scaling champions in the game. Syndra, as she gets
Oh,
her
and we've got a
stacks
fight in
up,
the bot
scales really
lane.
well. As a huge fight breaks down on the bot lane, and it's one kill over to the side of Divas Never Die, and Netflix and Chill is just not able to answer. Yasuto's able to stay alive, stay in lane. Fantastic pickup for the side of Divas Never Die.
Yeah, and we got to say, I think that Divas Never Die played that excellently because they didn't blow a single flash there. Oh, look at this. Good trade from the Orn onto the Mundo, one that he will be feeling.
Looks like both the top side and the mid lane getting the better trade on the side of Netflix and Chill. But as I was saying earlier, yeah, the Mundo scales amazingly. Syndra scales pretty
Mhm.
well. Sejuani is one of those very big tanks that can always fight really well and make space for the Zaya. However, on the side of Netflix and Chill, you always have to be weary of the Ornn. Ornn just dumps an extra amount of gold and extra amount of power that your opponents can never get as the game carries on after that level 14 mark. Um, and it's not like the side of Netflix and Chill doesn't scale relatively well. Jax known to scale pretty good into the game. Senna technically infinitely scales, even if she is support. It's looking pretty good for both sides.
Oh, and here Magikarp finds fraud. This is going to be interesting. Who's going to get this? Oh, and Magikarp comes out on top. Very close fight for both people. Looked like Fraud was going to get away there at the end, but Magikarp's leap just comes up and he gets to
Mm-hmm.
take down the jungler.
And not only that, he also blows the flash from the Sejuani.
Yep, look at here's the replay, and looked like he got away, but that auto attack was already underway, and down goes the Sejuani. Big stuff early on means that there's a clear pressure point for Netflix and Chill in the jungle with a little lead there. And look at how healthy that Ornn is laning into that Mundo for now. So, but and
Ooh, Meowsita
ooh,
goes in, but unfortunately whiffs the abilities on that engage. It's a
yeah,
huge chunk of trades going over to
and,
Meowsito, but a fantastic flash and feather
fantastic.
recall going over from
Yeah.
Meowsito onto the MF. But Jax is
But
here to
here
answer.
comes the Jax, and the question is, what will Sejuani still do here? Because they are two melee champions. They can charge up that stun real fast. There we go. And Jax
As
has to
disengages are found on both
disengage.
sides. 1 for 1 on that bot lane battle. The
Yeah.
next death is the feat of warfare. Both sides have to be very weary and aware of that.
Yeah, and it's good, but it's good to see that there is a lot of activity in the bot lane already. But and again, it's a champion that scales extremely well. Hypercarry. Think about Isaiah here. Excellent start from the Netflix and Chill bot lane, but the reposition from Desire is what absolutely turns this fight around and makes it so
Beautiful
that
feather
they
call.
can go on. Yeah, and
Absolutely well
then
played.
we have here very good disengage from the Jax because if he stuck around there, things could have got very sticky. Oh, but Jax found Mamacita here, but Mamacita has backup. Will this be defeats? Ooh,
Good disengage by the
very
Jax to get
close.
away from the enemy team.
Yeah, yeah, very close stuff. And now the question is, will they look for something more? Or will we just go back to traditional laning phase here? Because the Divas Never Die could look at that dragon, but Fraud decides to back away and just reset
Oh,
everything. What a lovely bounce. Lovely bounce for MF. And we're looking here in the top lane, it's getting a bit more um, equal about things. The trades are starting to even out. Like Mundo's got his first giant belt, and here we go. 4 people in the bot
Ooh,
lane. Good roam from Watanabe into the bot lane, and ooh, Giraffe Legs likes to be playing on the edge.
a great scatter of the week from the Sundra, finding some good damage onto the Misfortune, as the dragon seems to have been started by Divas Never Die, and it looks to be uncontested. The Jax is just a little bit too late. However, Melcito and the Fraud both low. As the Make It Rain comes in, getting them even lower. Jax looking to jump in. Fantastic stun by the
Blasting
Rel,
stuff.
and it's
Oh, and
stolen away
Jax
by the
got it.
Jax. As the Fraud on
And
Sidori goes
now,
down, Melcito also looking to fall. As Watanabe on the Syndra is now caught out. A fantastic ultimate by the Fizz. And this looks to be, a good flash by Watanabe. Scatter the
oh,
weak, stunning the Fizz. And Watanabe seems to have just gotten away. Well played. Oh, but
oh,
Fizz
no,
coming
no,
in
no,
with the
no, no,
flash
no.
spew. Oh my
Not got
gosh.
away. Wait, Fizz had other ideas there. The Archer wants some payback for game one, and excellent stuff going on. And here we've got the ult, little slugger popping his ult in the top lane, and trades all around the map. All of a sudden, the map this was rather quietly livens things up. Excellent steal here, and the dragon was on 1 HP when thing came in, when
Unbelievable. What a
Magic Up came in.
fantastic steal from Jax.
And
Ozzy here
what
choosing
a
not to auto attack
yeah.
to not accidentally steal it away. But it looks like that actually allowed Watanabe to get away here. Watanabe thought he was safe, started to just walk away, but then Fizz decides to flash in, use that urgent strike, close the gap, and take down the Syndra.
Yeah, and here we go again. Vision wards popping around all around. It's very clear that Netflix and Chill want to keep that bush open so that and want to keep the Lena fair. So we've got an excellent part here where we can see people going for stuff. And the fun part is the Jax instantly goes for that top lane fight. But no prio in the top means that this could get messy real soon. Going for the Herald, I'm sorry. So, and good stuff again. Now, the interesting part here is, as you see, the Mundo is getting a lot healthier with these trades, and he's starting to find it more enjoyable. Orn not really crafting out an advantage. And
Ooh, it's a
look at
beautiful scat of the
this.
week. Finds Aussie Sauce, and she's taken down by 4 members from the side of Divas Never Die.
Yep, and Divas never die, punishing that bot lane over and over whenever they get the chance. And oh, here we look. This could be a nasty one again. Ooh, good stuff. The setup ult's still coming out to make sure certain that no dive would occur there. But Aussie Sauce caught out while getting some vision, and it's Divas Never Die is really punishing any positional mistake from that bot lane time and time again. For the second game in a row, we have a big advantage in the jungle for Magikarp, who is absolutely putting on a clinic, trying to put this team on his back. But it's going to be interesting to see how those fights are going to occur later on, because they're really going to need a good ultimate to end up getting a good start to a fight so that Jax can come in and blow somebody up. Meanwhile, we see that Aussie Sauce is desperately working on that vision control in the bot lane, trying to establish it again. And meanwhile, we have 2 feats of strength taken again by Netflix and Chill. And we can see that they're only one away of getting the upgraded boots. Last game they got it 2. It didn't lead to a victory. The question is, will they be able to use that this game?
Absolutely, absolutely. Stacking it up well
And
over on the side of Netflix and Chill. Oh, as we see the Chum the Waters going wide on the Syndra. However, as the Archer, not deterred, goes in with a playful Trickster and Urchin Strike onto the Syndra. As Call of the Forge got juiced up in the top lane, looking to engage onto the Dr. Mundo from the side of Ornn. However, Ornn just taking the worst side of that trade. Forced to back off as Dr. Mundo pops his ultimate, the maximum dosage, just to heal right back up and continue his push.
I'm very
Syndra is
curious to see
forced to
what happened
retreat
in the
on
mid
1
lane.
HP.
Yeah, the mid lane fight was close as well. So we'll probably end up
As a
getting a
death bush
replay
being
from
formed
that.
over by
But
the side of Divas Never Die. Huge Counter Strike finding 2 stuns as Misfortune absolutely rails them with the ultimate. However, no one falls. Just a bit of damage traded down on the bot side.
yeah, and crucially, a lot of one very very big ultimate from Misfortune missing here. And this could be the signal for Divas Never Die to have a look at that dragon, see if they can get it, because this would be perfect. They're 4 in a bot already. And there we go.
The dragon has started on the side of Divas Never Die.
Yeah, and I think that Netflix and Chill realize it and just back off. I think that's a very good call, not contesting this one because they're missing a very, very big ultimate from the Misfortune.
Wise call. Without the bullet time, you just lack a lot of the big team fight damage you'd want.
Yeah, I gotta say, Little Slugger is having a field day there in that top lane. The amount of times that whenever we pan over, he seems to be hitting cleaver after cleaver, and this Ornn
Absolutely.
is starting to take a bit of a beating. Also, interesting decision making from the Ornn to go for the Sunfire over the Hala Radiance in the top lane. Considering that you've
Yeah,
got AP in Mundo and AP in from Syndra, it's
and
a
Sejuani.
very interesting choice. And Sejuani, yeah, true. So 3 AP sources, as
As
we
a Chum
see
the
that
Waters finds Syndra in the
Chamando.
mid lane, Watanabe taking a huge amount of damage. Syndra's taking down, wasting the Unleashed power as Fizz just dodges it with a playful Trickster. Great, great 1v1 kill from the Fizz.
Absolutely. And again, this is really good stuff. Um, but no, it's clear that Netflix and Chill had a plan for this game and they're crafting out advantages. Slowly but surely, they're getting advantages. They're getting those solo kills in the lanes. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this continues because remember, they have that Ornn, they have that, they're going to get those upgraded items. And each item upgrade is about worth 1,000 gold in stats. So soon, that even though it's only a little gold lead now, that soon, if this continues, will balloon up very quickly.
But that's Feats going over to the side of Netflix and Chill as Jack sneakily takes that Herald away. None, Divas Never Die, none the wiser.
Yeah, and it's the second game in a row that he's able to do that. So and wow, that was interesting. Instant use of the Herald, but still, this
Bit of
Jax
a
is
chunk
going to
of damage
be
on the
called.
top tower, but not nothing really gained from that Herald use.
And look at this here, a near 3K gold lead, but one big caveat. Most of that gold lead is sitting on that Jax being 1.8K gold ahead.
As we
And
see a
again,
repeat of what we just saw a moment ago, as Chum the Waters finds Syndra again after she gets a call of the week. And you gotta think that maybe they should have learned from the previous lesson. You can't be doing that to the Fizz.
yeah,
Fizz just will absolutely one-shot you.
as that phase instantly goes in, as soon as he sees that Scattered and Meek is down, he just jumps. It's like that's his cue, like time to go in. This is where we go. And again, beautiful kill, good stuff from the Fizz. And
And every
we're
time we
seeing
look
that
at this
they're
top lane, You gotta think they had the counter pick. They picked the Ornn into the Mundo, and it's just not working out for them. As you see exactly why
Oh,
Fizz just does not care about Syndra. Syndra finds a Scatter of the Weak, goes for the Unleashed Power, but Fizz just presses his E, Playful Trickster, no damage is taken, and he walks away scot-free.
oh,
Skull the Forge God is using the top lane as Jax comes in with the counter strike. They pop Mundo's passive. Jax pops the ultimate, but Mundo just walks away using both Ghost and his maximum dosage ultimate, and he's completely fine. As
Mundo
Jax
goes
is
where
just
he
bullying the
pleases.
Syndra a little bit, but Jax is now caught out.
Oh,
Scatter the Weak found here onto the Jax. Jax 1 HP. The Fraud flashes forward, and a huge shutdown going over to the Sejuani as the first
and
tower
as we
falls
see,
down in the bot
right
lane.
at an instant fight in the bot lane. This should be good. And their ultimates
Great
traded.
Magnet
Yes.
Storm from the Rel. Shattering Strike forced down, and another kill going over to the Xayah and
Uh,
and Rel.
yeah.
Fantastically played by the side of Divas Never Die. Not only do they take the bot tier 1, they also find 2 kills, as they find another 2 kills in the top lane.
Yeah.
Jackson and the Ornn going down.
And the important part here being a massive swinging gold because of turrets going down, shutdowns being claimed, and what was just above a 2K gold lead all of a sudden for the Netflix and chill, all of a sudden is a 500 gold lead for Divas Never Die. Within the span of 1 minute, 2.5K gold swing. These are the big ones. And now Netflix and chill need to be careful, need to make sure that they don't let this game spiral out of control. Because remember, that bot lane, the Divas Never Die bot lane, has a more scaling bot lane. And we see
As
here
another
that
dragon fight is brought upon, the Xayah actually securing this one. Jack's not able to steal it away, as Aussie Sauce is now caught out, just barely slinks away with a bit of HP, and gets away from the side of Divas Never Die, as it looks like it's the tier 1 mid tower that's going to be under siege now.
and look at how fast this gold is swinging. We were just talking about a 2K gold lead for the Netflix and chill, and instantly we get a swing towards the other side. Here is that dragon fight once again, and good attempt from the Jacks, but I kind of feel like as soon as he went in for that, there was no way he was getting out. There was no plan to escape. So a bit of it was a valiant effort to try and keep his team ahead, and unfortunately, it didn't pay out. So, and as you see here, right away, again, Davis Never Die, instantly going for that Atakan. And this is 2 games in a row where they're going to get this Atakan uncontested. Um, I I would have liked to see a tad of vision here from the Netflix and chill, because this is considering that they've again got, I'd argue, with the scaling AD carry, the late game AD carry in their hands. It's feeling good. And again, she's got a lead. So this is going to be very, very interesting.
Absolutely.
Um, very important here, as traditional, once the laning phase is over, you shuffle your bot lanes into the mid lane, and we get to the mid lanes that then become side laners. I am still a tad worried, and this is the one place where I think Netflix and chill still have an excellent window or an excellent way to carry their games. Is that phase is still really fed. If they don't, if that Syndra keeps being matched up to the Fizz, then there might be a problem. Of course, Divas Never Die recognized it and instantly changed this.
As the
As we
Ornn
see
in
fight.
trouble up in the top lane, and Fizz in trouble down in the bot lane as Slugger is once again calling numbers upon himself. As Syndra finds another Scatter of the Weak onto the Ornn going very low. Can he get away? Using everything he can, but no. Syndra finds the final hit with a Dark Sphere, And down goes the Ornn.
And I think this is excellent, just like last game, excellent recognition of the situation you're in. That Ornn, surprisingly, has built full armor. He's built full armor into this team. And if you send that Syndra up top, she is going to absolutely have a field day with him. I'm a tad worried here about how the rest of the team fights are going to go because all that armor, yes, I will agree that Zaya is looking threatening, but to warrant 2 items plus armor boots, I think that that is something that they will want to look back and talk about in a VOD review.
Absolutely, and this is a common mistake that's done. You see the double armor item from Ornn, and he chooses to finish the Thornmail. There's no danger in just sitting on a Bramble Vest, getting a little bit of MR, so you're able to tank the other types of damage, and being healthy that way. As we see Aussie Sauce fall down once again to a just
But
fantastic kill from the Syndra, as Fizz comes in with a huge chum in the waters, finds a shutdown onto the Syndra. Giraffe Leg's
oh,
trying to use the bullet time to find as much damage as he can, being chased down by Meowsita. As Ornn and
yeah.
Magikarp are here to answer. Oh, a huge shutdown over to the Jax on Meowsito. As Rel is now looking in danger. Sejuani doing everything she can to try and peel off the Jax and Ornn. However, down in the bot lane, Mundo has taken a tier 2. A huge chase going around.
And good
Sejuani using the Blast
disengagement
Core to get
from
away, Meowsita getting away,
Fred.
and Mundo is now pushing a tier 3. The only one there to answer is Aussie
Yeah.
Sauce. Poor level
And
10
I'm
Senna
not.
versus the level 16 Mundo. She's got to be careful here.
Oh, and I was like, if Mundo knew that there was nobody there, I'm pretty sure that Mundo would have just engaged. But Mundo decides to respect. It started with all the sauce absolutely getting blown up, and here you see Z Archer recognizing that Scatter of the Weak is down, so that Syndra is, and there it is again, used. That Syndra is indeed a prime target. Syndra using the flash right away, and of course then, but the turnaround from the blue team, and unlucky that Ornn ult did not hit. But we go back to live where obviously they're fighting again, non-stop action this game, where they're jockeying for position on the dragon, but the red team, Netflix and Never Chill, gets chunked out, and here we go. And this is a bit of a problem, right? We talked about it earlier. The Ornn being the harder matchup for the team, but this Mundo, he's got his 2 items, and once he gets those 2 items, he becomes very obnoxious. Here we once again see Giraffe trying some fancy footwork, and here we go with
Great Counter
Magic.
Strike from the Jax there. But Rel able to just get away using her full tilt and her, as you mentioned, crash down to just run away as fast as she could. Sejuani does a
Yeah,
fantastic job at keeping Magikarp and Ornn distracted. As we see the Baron started off for Divas Never
yeah.
Die, Z Archer looking to get another kill on Watanabe, using his Zonius to buy some time, not able to
Oh,
pick it
look,
up. Sejuani
perfect
with a
timing.
beautiful Glacial Prison.
Yeah, perfect timing. And here we see that, and this is the Mundo has scaled, and we see that even though the Jax is really far ahead, he's having a trouble holding that Mundo, while the Divas Never Die are taking that Baron. And look at the damage that the Syndra is now putting out. She has she's hit her passive, and Aussie Sauce trying to steal the Nash with the Senna ult, but I'm not sure if Aussie Sauce is aware. The Senna ult does no damage to objectives. So this is it's maybe Aussie Sauce was hoping to get a lucky kill there. I think that Netflix and Chill are kind of cracking under the pressure. They know they want to get a game back, and they're being a bit impatient.
As
Ooh,
we
and
see
look
a
at
four-man
this.
collapse onto the Ornn, not being able to move. How
Yeah.
can play? Poor Ornn just getting absolutely obliterated in the top lane.
And this is a replay from the first game. Again, great macro calling from Divas Never Die, recognizing that they want to put the four together and want to have Mundo in one of the other lanes. Excellent stuff. Excellent lane allocations, and this is good. I am getting very worried about the Netflix and chill here. Any way you still see them coming back into this game?
Honestly, they need to find a huge chum in the waters that hits both Syndra and Zaya. And even then, I'm not sure they can win. As Magikarp gets caught out
Oh,
here, the four-man
I'm
Goon
blown
Squad
up.
just absolutely blasting them.
Yeah,
As the
I feel
inhibitor
that
tower has gone down in the top lane, they're looking to rotate over to just take the open inhibitor, as Syndra is coming down the mid lane to join back with the team. So Juani going forward, an Arctic Assault. They're looking for Giraffe Legs. Giraffe Legs in trouble here, but a
oh, and
huge
here
bullet
comes
time
a
coming
bullet
down,
time.
but it just doesn't deal even close to enough damage. However, Z Archer picking up the Zaya, falls down in return. So
But here
Juani
comes
now in trouble,
Mundo.
but here comes Mundo. Oh, look at that damage! Giraffe Legs just getting the Eloy's treatments. Mundo just doing what he pleases. He's going to dive the fountain? No. Magikarp puts a
No,
stop to
no, no,
that.
no.
Starts battling with Mundo. Mundo has to be careful here. This is actually
Oh wow,
a pretty strong
he's got
Jax.
he's got a fair
Is he
amount of
going to take him
damage.
down? He
Yeah.
finds
Oh
him!
wow,
And Magikarp kills the
that's
Mundo, but
big.
in the meantime, Syndra took down the middle inhibitor tower.
Yeah, but I still feel that one inhib down is never a bad thing because now Netflix and chill being behind an inhib down gives you extra gold and XP. If you can put somebody up there, and ideally you want it to be the Orn to soak up the damage and soak up all that gold and XP, that will end up translating in items quickly being built. Also, I'm having a quick look across the board on the items of Netflix and Chill, and I don't see any. Oh yeah, I see an Oran upgraded item on the Fizz, which I think was an excellent choice. Um, and but I think that Oran could upgrade a second item. The question is, whose item would he upgrade? Would you go for the 80 carry, or would you go here and upgrade the Jax, who's doing a lot of damage? What do you think,
I
Pensive?
think you want to upgrade the Jax. The Jax is just doing a bit better than the 80 carry right now, and you honestly need to rely on him to keep ahead. As we see
Sanadu
Mundo
doing
calling two
fine.
members over, as Divas Never Die finding a quick kill onto this dragon. Jax attempts to steal it, but there's just no luck. Glacial Prism goes wide, Counter Strike coming through. He finds a four-man stun, and he's alone in the pit. Almost takes down Ryosito with him, but it looks like the
Look at
Jax
those
will
heals,
fall in the
though.
end here. But will he take someone with him? Oh
Ooh.
my god, this Jax! Wow, you gotta imagine that
Yeah,
had the Jax upgrade actually come through on the item, he actually might have picked up one of those two kills.
yeah, he would have
The
picked up one of
Senna
those two
ultimate
kills.
just going wide there, not quite with the correct aim on the Dawning Shadow, but it was a good attempt by Aussie Sauce to get that kill.
Yeah, and excellent stuff. Also, often overlooked, but I think oh, and here we go. Mundo's going where he pleases. He's looking for giraffe legs. That fight looks personal. That and oh,
As
the
Sejuani finds
fraud.
the Fizz, Fizz having to run away with as well. Oh, these
Yeah,
members are of Divas Never Die are just too strong right now.
yeah. And but let's look at the gold leads. In the top lane, you've got a massive 4.6k gold lead. That's close to two items. It's one item half to two items there, which is a big one. And in the bot lane, the 2k gold lead for the Zaya and the 2.5k gold lead for Darrell, which means that bot lane is truly well and ahead, close to 4.5k gold ahead as well. Of course, that gold lead is being offset a bit by the Jacks being up a massive amount. whose item now has been upgraded. The Triforce is being upgraded. So the question now becomes: I actually think that there is a way that Netflix and Chill can still do something in this game, but they're going to have to do an excellent job at turtling. Because if all those items, all those upgrades come through.
Oh, a huge catch onto Melcito from Jax. Almost takes him down. Ozzy finds the kill, but Jax goes down in return. 80 carry for jungler. Normally, this is quite positive for the side of the one that lost the jungler. However, in this case, the Jax was the most fed member of Netflix and Chill. It's not really what you want.
Yeah, and the big problem here is you've still got that Mundo who can just run amok and make certain that nobody gets into that pit. Look at him just absolutely bossing it, doing a very good job. Now, the interesting part here is, will we see a bullet time on that Nash?
We see the Nasher coming down, not being done the fastest with the 80 carry not there at this moment, as Mundo is just going 1v4 into the team. A bullet time comes through to try and get him away from the Baron, but Mundo goes where he pleases, absolutely just doing whatever he wants to the opposing team. As the Baron goes down in the favor of Divas Never Die, and you gotta imagine this is going to be a game-ending push for them, for Netflix and Chill. As Mundo recalls here, but I think he has teleported
classic
to
cast
get
a
back.
curse. So classic cast a curse where we think that it's going to end, and here we go.
But here comes Syndra teleported in. Mundo is walking down in the bot side lane as a fight breaks out in the mid lane, right in front of the Nexus towers. Mundo TPing in. The towers are going down. They're missing 3 members still. They're focusing the towers, hit the Nexus, not the Vlad. And it looks like it's going to be lights out as Magikarp falls once again before the Nexus follows him. Well done to Divas Never Die.
Divas Never Die taking the series 2-0, and you gotta admit it here. If we look across the board, there are a couple of people who had really standout performances. I'd very much like to single out 3 of them. Being the top laner, Little Slugger, doing an absolutely fantastic job. The second person who is doing a fantastic job as well was the AD carry. Perfect positioning, knowing very well where to stand, and in the unlikely event that she went down, she made sure that she took with them a very critical part. And the last but not least, often overlooked, Rel, who went without dying this game. Absolutely good ults, setting up that AD carry, and doing an absolutely fantastic job overall with the vision set up to make sure that the team Divas Never Die had a very easy job in taking the objectives once that lead was cut out.
Absolutely. Really well played for the side of Divas Never Die. Slugger is absolutely my MVP this series. That guy could not be stopped, calling 1, 2, 3, 4 members of the opposing team and still doing whatever he wants. But a huge shout out to the bot lane of Divas Never Die. They played wonderfully this series. Meowsita with some fantastic pickups, fantastic kills, and Meowsita with a wonderful engage multiple times. Well done to them. And a shout out to Netflix and Chill as well. You had a really good game on this last one. It was much closer. You guys did everything you could. I congratulate you for everything you did. It was very close, and you played a wonderful game.
I would very much hope that these two teams do get to still meet each other once again, because I think that Netflix and Chill will be looking to get some payback onto the Divas Never Die. So I'd imagine that both teams should be making it towards the playoffs. That being said, Absolutely. This win does lock playoff spots for Divas Never Die. They cannot fall out of it at all and will be securing a top spot.
Well done to them. And who would be your ace for the side of Netflix and Chill?
Well, it would have to go to the jungler, level 100 Magikarp. He was doing absolutely fantastic stuff about absolutely creating very good leads. It's just a shame that he couldn't put the team onto his back and carry them to at least one game victory. But he did his absolute best. Fantastic job. Did everything right. Unfortunately, it just didn't come together. Anyhow, we have a couple of extra announcements to make. We have to wrap up fairly shortly because we will have another series following later, casted on by Z-Man and Mao, being Los Ratones versus Bag Puss Lovers, and Divas Never Die will have a face-off next week against NASA's Esports for the top spot in the lower bracket. Whoever wins that will end up being a top spot. If Divas Never Die wins it, it's theirs, and if NASA's wins it, it's theirs. Any
Very
game.
exciting.
So it's whoever takes that series there is going to be the person who will have the top spot, and I would imagine the selection of who they get to face in.
Can't wait to see
Currently,
it.
Divas being the number one seed, with Masses being the number two seed, tied on points. And the important part being that those games will be live on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. GMT.
Absolutely.
Pensive, I'll let you wrap it up. Anything else you would like to add?
Thank you everybody for joining us on this great cast of Divas Never Die versus Netflix and Chill for the lower bracket. I hope you will be joining our other casters on the next game coming up soon. It was a wonderful series. Well done to Divas Never Die on taking this one 2-0. Slugger, really well done on your split pushing prowess. Good shot calling. Whoever is shot calling on your team, I believe it was Damis. You were telling us it was really well done. Fantastically played. And thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the next cast.
Yes, absolutely. And I will, before we sign off, one last shout out to our magnificent person behind the scenes, being our production Tuba, for doing such an amazing job and providing us with all those replays.
Absolutely. Really, really well done. Amazing production this year.
And on that note, that's us signing off.
Take care, guys.
Hello.
Hello, how are we doing? How are we doing?
Doing good, doing good. Are you excited for Les Ratatouilles versus
Yeah,
Bagpuss Lovers?
I've heard it's an absolute banger, so I'm expecting to lose my voice after these games. Who are you rooting for? Who do you think's gonna win?
Ooh, I'm excited for a good game. I'm excited for the mid lane matchup. Snow has some interesting champions, but I think the hype will all be around the top lane. Mr. Clisty versus Linium, two of the master tier players. We'll be interested to see what they pull out. I heard Volibear was banned immediately game one by blue side, which is less Ratatouille. So I'm very excited to see what they cook up and what he's able to pull out if he's not on the Volibear and how Linium responds.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a very evenly matched team, like across pretty much all roles. There's no like big discrepancies. Yeah, we have the draft up on stream here. Yeah, in top lane, they're both master. In jungle, Shige and Pathos, both, high emerald, mid emerald. Um, in the mid lane, you could say maybe Skank favored, but Snow's had some crazy performances. And then I guess you would say the biggest difference is probably this bot side from Bagpuss maybe.
Yeah. How do you
He
like
beat
Smolder Melio? Does the Smolder W work with Melio Q?
the Q does, yeah. I think Smolder Q is based on attack range. So that's why you buy rapid fire cannon.
Yeah,
So
fair
yeah, I'm
enough.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But yeah, Tom is their other master player, and
Yeah.
Minost being a high emerald support.
I believe they have a
So
sub Ice Hound. It's not Minos today,
oh,
I think it's Ice Hound.
okay. Yeah, interesting. But the way that Bagpuss are going to want to win is they're probably going to want to abuse the fact that they've got a really good ADC in Tom and
Yeah.
try and get him strong, get a good matchup in top lane, and let the master players take it away.
Alright. Well, I'm excited to get into game, and I think so are you. Let's see how game one turns out.
Agreed. Um, yeah, we saw a lot ban Sivir Seraphine away from Tom. He just takes Visana, which is such a strong champ right now on this patch.
Fully.
Matchup works out. Do you have any idea?
Not really sure, to be honest. I think that
I feel like Olaf wins it because they're both Conqueror champs, but Olaf's kind of the king of the Conqueror champ 1v1.
yeah, and I think if you just keep hitting the Qs, it's pretty insane.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if Ambessa can space Olaf and kind of stop him getting the autos off. Be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Maokai jungle. Not seen that before. I think that might be the first Maokai jungle of Phyllis.
No, can't be.
I think in the jungle. Or at least an upper.
Maybe. Probably an
In a
upper it
lower.
might be.
Yeah, its clear speed's not too strong. So a lot of upper junglers don't want to play it because you just naturally end up going down a lot of CS.
Yeah.
And Skank getting the first hit of the game in on that Zareth.
Really important. Get the mental edge.
So what's your standout lane to look for this game? Where do you think the game's going to be decided?
I think that if the Olaf starts to run away with it into Mbessa, that's the clear one to look at. But I feel like the mid lane's really important here because Zerath actually outranges Syndra quite a bit, and it
Yeah,
can
it's
be
definitely Zareth
really
favored.
hard. It be really hard for Syndra to play. And if a Xerath gets ahead here into a bunch of these squishier range champions, as you see, and they're all immobile, you get to do so much damage every time you ult.
Yeah, Phaedrus on Syndra, which is surprising to me. I would have expected a Comet, to be honest, but I can see, you know, that being super useful into an Olaf being able to create some distance.
Yeah, I think you need it, especially when you have Olaf and Jarvan running at you just to run away.
Yeah, important to note, Snow does play on like 150, 180 ping. It can be really hard to probably dodge those Xerath Qs on that kind of delay. It's probably a really tough matchup for him.
I have no idea how he plays Assassins on that matchup. Oh, Olaf goes.
Oh my god.
Going. What a trade.
He just knows he wins it. Oh! Flash auto? No. That's crazy that he understands that, you know, it doesn't matter how much HP the Ambessa has. As soon as she has no Q, he can just ghost and run her down.
Really well played. Lane is in a really good state for him as well, as we see both John
We both have flash. Oh no, no flash on Ambessa.
And he gets the
Olaf
level up.
Off the wave. He gets the shield.
Yeah.
First blood to Linear. Wow. So I guess that's how the matchup plays out. Olaf just runs down Ambessa while her cooldowns are too long early game. Maokai's in behind her. Smolder under tower, but Dr. Duck. Oh! It's the Maokai under tower with a flash. Forces Maokai flash.
Oh, trades flashes there.
Yeah, Maokai W short range, so not having flash to be able to, you know, get a nice flash route is good. Yeah, no flash from Maokai means it's going to be hard to secure any kills. And he goes back cancelled like 3 times there. So Jarvan's on a much better tempo right now. Oh, he cancelled his back again. It's really bad for the Maokai.
Tempo is gone here.
Yeah, he's cancelled again.
What is happening?
Yeah, and Phil's is a well-known carry player, so it is weird to see him on this Maokai for me.
Yeah, I was expecting something like a Lilia, something like that.
Yeah, I think when you have something like Karma, though, and like an Ambessa, if you pick a carry jungle, your team's very prone to just getting picked because there's no one that can ever go first. And Scan getting a really nice trade in mid.
Yeah, really well played by him.
And a good trade in the top lane too. Yeah, Ambessa really wants this wave sort of closer to a tower, so Olaf can't run away with the trade.
Yeah,
well, here comes Maokai. This could be bad. He has no ghost. Yeah, and he's just dead. Yeah, has to take the kill because the Olaf attack speed is insane.
Yeah, if he gets an E up again, it's...
Yeah, not the kind of mistake you'd expect from Olaf, but maybe Maokai's lack of timing sort of threw off the tracking and made him do his bot side.
Let's see what Secluded Potatoes does here.
Early heal from Karma keeps us safe, but I don't know how Smolder gets out of that. So low here. I think they should really be playing this because, like, if Sunny steps up, it's really dangerous. They should deny him this. Emilio peels it away.
Lionel Messi on it.
Nations League is being played right now for anyone that cares. Spain, Portugal. Spain are up 2-1. But we've got our own more important match going on right now between the UK and Norway in the top lane.
Two of our loudmouth master players.
Yeah. It's going to be one for bragging rights, especially considering this was the top lane matchup in the mini LCS final too. So both these players played against each other a few times.
Correct. And who won in mini LCS?
It was Mr. Christie.
Did
It
indeed.
was Volibear and Cassante. They both played their mains, and I think it was game 3. And
Yeah.
the Cassante was like 9-1, absolutely ran away with the game. So Luca's probably not going to be too happy to have that first, solo kill go down on him. Might bring back some bad memories. And there's a 4v3 going on here.
Olaf flashes in,
Wow.
survives. Oh, the healing. Oh.
Olaf lives for so long.
The value becomes too much.
Yeah, and LR wins the
Good
4v3
flash.
due to Olaf's absurd healing. Just ults in and stays alive long enough for him to clean that up. A great start for LR.
Yeah. Dr. Duck roams up just to help there at the end, and now able to secure the grubs with that as well. So we see Icehound now making his way back bot lane. Sunny. Oh!
The ult
The Seraph
sways
ult.
it from Skank. High value play there. Sunny's probably did Takama here though. He does have flashing
Oh, just
barrier,
2%.
not going to waste it. And there's a fight over the last grub, but he might be dead again because Olaf could just run down Maokai here.
There's no blast cone. They flashed for that earlier as
And
we
his
see.
team's left him, and he probably still doesn't get away here. Ambessa kind of thinking, he's going to kill me too, but I'll do what I can. Oh, great Milio Q, and Maokai no flash again. He is safe, but it could be really hard for Bagpuss to find a pick here with Maokai permanently flashless.
Yeah, and I think Olaf can keep doing this to Maokai, because if Olaf has ult up, Maokai can legitimately do nothing to him, and he just becomes a free stack for the Olaf's Conqueror.
Yeah,
So here you
replaying
see
this
the
team
replay.
fight.
See the flash in
Olaf
from the
just
Olaf.
in the mix, doing so much damage. Basically kills 2 people on his own. And Jarvan, obviously not weak himself, can clean that up. Yeah, Jarvan's taking a Drake down on the bot side as we see a little trade up in the top.
Is that the first Drake? Yeah, it is. 9.5
First
minutes
Drake.
into the game. Very late.
And it's looking really good for LR here. They obviously have great scaling with a Smolder, and even Xerath scales quite well.
Smolder
Olaf always
almost
going to be
scales.
useful in this game.
I feel like Smolder scales better than Senna in this game, even.
Yeah, 100%. Senna's definitely a good scaling champion, but she's playing into Jarvan Olaf. That's horrible
exactly.
for her. Smolder, however, can probably get away from Ambessa if she doesn't hit that ult. And even if she does, he's got Emilio behind him. Ooh, solo kill from Skank. Gets a really good trade around Raptors. And then confirms the kill.
Well played. That's what we were talking about before as well. If this mid lane matchup, it's difficult. And if it starts swinging towards the Xerath, oh my lord.
Yeah,
Fed
the
Xerath.
matchup's already Xerath favoured. But he's, as a Sindri, you probably shouldn't be getting solo killed. So Skank, make him a pick worth. And they're going to try and get a play here. They might catch Familio.
It just has an ult.
We could just cleanse the CC before the Maokai can chain it. And they get away with just a Milio ult.
Criminal.
Yeah, there's really no play that the Maokai can make here except on mid. Skank is permanently kind of pushed up with not too much vision. But I think Maokai really wants to shut down the Smolder. And just no way of really doing it with Emilio here.
Yeah. Oof.
I'll be 1 second.
Olaf. See Skank starting to pick up tower plates mid, just increasing that lead. Could we see the gold lead or the gold graph to see how this has gone? Yeah. Wow. You see that fight that they took top lane from then on, it exploded. As we see the fight here bot lane. Tom trying to get Sunny, barely missing out on it. very close again, and Smolder once again escaping with 1 HP. Smolder's been elusive. But the longer he gets to stay in lane, the more he gets stacked of others. We see Seclude Pathos now making his way here bot side, looking for the Karma. She has flash, but she just gets ulted and dies. Just like that. Oh! Tom walked too far up. Seclude Pathos. Oh, he survives. But here comes Xerath ult. Can he dodge? He cannot. And once again, well played to Skank. A absolutely beautiful Xerath ult to finish off the fight there. Gets to Smolder another tower play. Oof. Well played.
I took a moment away and the game has exploded.
Yeah, play bot lane. Exclude Pathos came in for the gank, and they were able to fully clean up with the Xerath ult as well as. Oh my God, Skank! Did we just get mind controlled and walk up? It seems like we got mind, but the Karma gets the shutdown. Oh no! Syndra went for the
here.
QE on. Oh, Maokai, enough. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
They get someone at least. Thank God.
Jarvan probably really shouldn't have died there. Olaf living like with an absolute sliver. Really, really well played.
Yep. Love to see that. Olaf having the stride breaker as well now means that once he gets on top of you, you don't ever get away.
Yeah, this is going to become really, really difficult to play for Bagpuss here. But they do have a Senna, they have an Ambassador, they have a Syndra. If it goes late, there's always a chance. Yeah, Olaf getting focused down here. Jarvan with no ult, no EQ, apart from just to escape. Not able to put any damage out. And then he steps up for an auto attack and just gets blown up on the tower.
Yeah, maybe thinking he had Sundered Sky. Nah, knowing Michael, he was trying to maximize the value of the play. So we see leads all around, except for in the support role. The support that got the shutdown on the Xerath is 1k up. No, Karma with items is never bad.
Yeah, hard scaling enchanter.
I feel like you go Moonstone, not Redemption first, but what do I know?
I can understand both. I think they both have their place. I think Redemption is probably better for big team fights, but Moonstone obviously a key item too.
Yeah. These trades look impossible at this point of the game for Snow, and I don't think they get better ever again.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup. It's just getting worse.
Yep.
And they're trying to sneak this Drake, but I don't think they win the fight, to be honest.
I think they just have it.
They just take it away.
Seclude Pathos is on the Rift Herald.
Yeah, he's going to go for a trade back, and
Senna. Little auto
I
Q
plus
trade.
are probably fine with that.
Oh, mid lane here looks like a kill angle if he ults.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for it. No flash on Syndra.
Yep. No, it doesn't go for it, even though Syndra is basing.
Office Smolder is just free stacking right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Taking a good bit of damage here, but the disengage from the Milio is perfectly timed to keep him alive. Unless this Karma route goes through. Yeah, barriers, but oh my God, going a bit deep here on Maokai. Can't get behind him. Milio will be safe.
Yep. Oh, here comes Xerath ult. Can Syndra stop it? Yeah, Syndra gets the cancel off. Does she get the
She's
kill
going to go for the kill here.
Oh no.
Misses the Q. Just needs to hit one more to get this ult damage. Oh, misses everything.
Oh, hits the last
Still
one
gets
and then
the kill
ults.
anyway.
Oh,
And
finally hit
being
the
punished
third
for
one.
that cocky emote, perhaps.
Had it coming for him. Dodges a lot. Almost dodges everything. Really well played. Important that he's able to cancel that ult there, because this bot lane play looked like it could have turned massively again for LR. See the trade here, the replay. Maybe just going a bit too
Yeah,
deep,
this
not knowing where Maokai is.
looks like a good fight and a good disengage, but as soon as this Maokai ult comes through, it starts to look really, really bad. And the Karma route, obviously, just like Milio could have ulted,
Oh,
but probably for EQ flash
dead Syndra.
secures that.
I think that's a dead Karma as well.
And Olaf's running in. What is Maokai doing now? He's going to die as well.
It's just walking
Flashes
up to
over
get
the wall.
feasted.
Well,
Oh,
does Sunny win this?
it looks like he does. Very hard as well.
Well, Senna's going to get dove here.
Secluded potatoes. Takes aggro,
Yeah.
EQs out. Well played.
So much healing and shielding from Milio. Really not a lot she can do.
Nah, you're just a sitting duck there, waiting to get stacked. Is it possible to get a stack check on Melio? Or sorry, Smolder. Yeah. To see where we are at.
69 stacks on Smolder. That can't be right.
that was 8 minutes
That's at the
ago.
start. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been stacking really well.
155 at 18 minutes. That's quite good.
Yeah.
225, the big one.
Yeah, especially into double range. You know, it's not like there's just a Nautilus or Leona sitting there waiting to get queued on cooldown.
Senna with no tower. Jarvan's going in.
Yep.
She can just shroud away and cannot be ulted by the Jarvan.
Such a good ability, the Shroud. Oh, ult from the Olaf.
He's getting run down. He's under the tower.
Oh, Mr. Clisty turning it now. Oh! I don't think the Senna ult matters there, but...
And Snow might be caught out here.
Looks like a dead Syndra to me. Yep.
Jarvan with a 3-man ult.
The counter engage here.
This fight looks
still
good.
4v3. I think LR are just taking this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think when Snow dies there, that fight is unwinnable. Oh, Tom!
Woo!
Well played, Skanke.
The Arcane Magus hitting a lovely Arcano pulse to take Senna down.
At least one good thing.
That's a cannon, probably Drake, right?
Yeah. At least Bagpuss lovers had Mr. Clisty get the kill on the tower.
No.
Oh! I think I caster cursed him right there, even in a recast.
Yeah, Olaf has ult in 1 second. Yeah.
Oh, it's so close. Oh! Waits for the cooldown, turns around, flashes back. As you said, they had Atakan and Drake as well. Oh.
Yeah, this top lane matchup looks like Ambessa wants to try and space the Olaf and hit her spells and dash away, but if Olaf can slow her and she runs out of dashes, she's a sitting duck for this. Olaf is just absolutely run down.
I feel like you do have to play it well as Olaf. Like because we see that it can turn, as we saw before. But yeah, this just really well played. You can see him waiting it out here, waiting out the Ambessa abilities.
Yeah, he does get so low here, but the shield on Olaf W is so massive, and the lifesteal as well.
Oh, Snow. See a TP coming in, but I don't think it's gonna. Oh.
How many kills has he got with this ult?
I feel like 7 of his 8 have come from the ult.
Oh
Dr.
my
Duck
god.
Here. Oh.
Oh,
The
just one
Smolder
more
get-
Q.
Oh,
Yeah,
Smolder
Smolder
gets the
takes the
kill.
They tried to play it. Nothing Maokai can do. Getting run down by this Olaf again. Really sad.
Olaf popping off.
Yeah, we're now looking at nearly a 7k goal difference. 22 minutes in. And you've got to say, the team that's better late game might just run away with the game here.
Yeah, we said it's a better late game comp, but they also hard won early game, and we're barely in mid game. You know, we're nowhere close to a true late game situation. Yeah, at least 10 minutes off from that, 15, and yeah, really well played to LR so far. I think if you're BL here, you look at this game and go, okay, maybe you want to put Anfilgus on a carry again. You know, something different, something with agency. You know, the Maokai felt weird. And I think you got to get Snow on one of his picks, you know, some kind of
Yeah,
assassin
definitely an
or something.
assassin player over a Syndra player.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Zed would be great in this game, because this looks like a terrible game to play Zed in, because you're full AD at that point. But you know, anything that that floats his boat, or change the draft according.
I mean, Zed is a great pick into Xerath.
Yeah.
Great ult from Ambessa, getting herself out of there. Yeah, Karma flashes with a redemption under tower. Senna ult for the shield too. They're probably all going to stay alive here.
Smolder hit 225 as we see the Elder.
Maokai has ult. He's coming from mid lane.
Is he going to be there in time? Oh, I thought he was going to be coming for more upwards. They've marked him. They see him. Oh.
Going on Olaf is a tough one to pick.
It's a bold choice out here, Cotton.
But Xerath's been left alone, and they can't catch him either. Marco's just going to go down for free. Woo! Or not.
Bit of karma shielding.
Gets away like a
Somehow
bandit.
they all get out. Oh, Snow.
Ooh, Xerath Noir, luckily.
Yeah. The man in Réunion gets out.
So, now that we've seen it play out to, oh my god, they're just going for the tower main. No, they can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Plus, he's trying to
What
get
are you
damage
gonna
down. Can't get through Jarvan's shield. Stuck in the ult. Maokai decides to join
Smolder
him.
executed. Yeah. Oh? Syndra.
A great stun from Snow, but he doesn't follow it up with the ult that might kill.
I think with Melio, with that much shielding and healing, no matter how broken Syndra is, if you're not 16 yet, I don't think you can kill there
Does
yet.
execute at below 15%, which it might have gotten him to.
Fair enough, fair enough. But even with just 2 items at the moment?
Yeah, but she has Storm Surge. That damage is not normal.
Fair enough. Syndra is a bit broken every now and then.
I think at this point, Syndra ult will do with the full amount of balls about 1.2k.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karma has to flash away from that Olaf Stridebreaker. And it's a great disengage, but Xerath just free poking along with this Smolder who's just spamming Qs that are bouncing. And they get really low before this fight even starts. They're all half HP. So Maokai maybe going for a fight that they don't really want.
No, it seems super split. You see Dr. Duckett. He's rooted on the right. Sunny was rooted as well. I think if they run towards Sunny and Dr. Duck there, they can kill both of them, because Seclude Pathos and Linium were completely on the Maokai, who was quite a bit away from them.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to, but the Xerath poke, putting them all to about 300-400 HP, made that they couldn't really chase it.
I think if they walk up too far there, the Xerath just melts them immediately with Smolder as well.
Yeah, if this Smolder Q, you really don't want to be low HP around him, because he'll just execute you.
Yep. Oh my god, what is that Q damage?
Yeah, 3 items there for Shadow Flame. Gonna put the hurt in under tower. They've got great siege here.
Yeah, with Baron as well, what can you do as BL?
And Olaf Olsen goes in the middle of 5 people and they can't put him down. Kills 2. Oh my god.
Syndra ults him and it does nothing, it feels like. I think this is the end of the game here. I think they can just end.
Yeah, this next wave coming in. Oh, taking so much damage from that small Q. Wolverine Fountain. Towers are going to go down. They'll probably go for a last hurrah, but that looks like game 1.
Yeah, oh my lord, the execute, yeah. Oh, Mr. Clisteve, well played. Ambessa, bullshit champion. Linium decides to show that, you know, any top laner can
The
be
flash job and all.
for the
And that
mental
was a
damage.
clean game 1 from Les Ratatouilles.
Yeah, very well played. I feel like they had a clear plan coming into this game, what they wanted to do, and I feel like they showed up, and it worked really,
You know,
really well.
it really felt like one of those games that was kind of won in draft because Bagpuss's comp isn't bad on its own. But the matchups that they ended up having was 3 losing lanes and a more dominant jungler in Jarvan.
Exactly. With Maokai, you want a winning lane that you can just gank, because it's so easy to gank on Maokai. You just need one lane that's easy to gank, and you can just keep running there. But with 3 losing lanes, the Maokai felt homeless for a while there, and you can't really do anything. And the longer that situation kept going on, the more he started to bleed CS, and then the Jarvan was able to make plays and counter engage, and then the plays that the Maokai made bot lane, they just didn't work, because Milio just ults. And then half of Maokai's viability is out of there.
Yeah, I totally agree there.
What do you hope they change for game 2? What would you do if you're BL here? How do you approach this differently? You know Volibear is going to be there. Do you take blue side to take volley? Or what do you do?
The red side counter pick on top is probably going to be a big one. They don't want Linium to have counter pick because they know he's just going to pick a winning matchup because he's got a big pool. So it's probably best for him to go red and get their strongest player in Clisty into at least a good matchup. Because that Ambessa matchup, while he is good at Ambessa, in a losing matchup like that, there's really not much he can outplay.
Exactly. But do you not take blue side just to guarantee the volley almost?
Well,
do you not
banned
feel that
Cassante game 1.
Yeah.
If they go volley and he picks Cassante, he will get abused in that top lane.
Yeah.
Not because the matchup's horrible, just because Linium on Cassante makes it hard to sleep at night.
He's just that good.
Yeah. So I'd expect red side from Bagpuss.
Perfect. All right. Shall we send it to break, and then we'll be right back with drafting game 2.
Sounds good.
All right, we are
Hello?
back for game 2. Are you ready, Zach?
Yeah, I want to see some fire from Bagpuss. I want to see some fire from Bagpuss here.
I am
I want to see him
excited
fight back.
as well. I've been told it's a banger game we are in for, so I am very, very excited to get into it. Do we have the draft, or shall we just almost immediately just right hop in?
We do have the draft, I'm pretty sure. Bagpuss
Blue
did take
side,
red side.
yeah. Is that a
Hui
Wukong top?
Nocturne Scion ban.
Interesting team comp that
Yeah,
we
so
see here.
they first pick the volley away,
Yeah, makes sense.
and then Bagpuss go Mel Lilia, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because I think Lilia blind into volley is kind of interesting. We then see Lucy and Oriana with a volley bear, such a strong team fight right there. Hannah's Z pick, obviously quite good into Ori.
Really, I feel like
a
it's
bit of
really good for Ori.
It's good for Ori for a little bit of the start when she has Aerie. She can poke really well. And then it's good for Zed once it's 6. And then once Ori has Arm Guard, it's unplayable for Zed.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think the Zed's definitely comfort because into Ori it's okay, into Lucian it's not great, and into Volley it's not great. So Snow going into the back pocket to pick something he's comfortable on. And obviously, they decided to go Mel bot lane, so an AD mid is what we had to go for.
Makes sense. Makes sense. How do you feel about this top lane matchup?
Renekton Wukong. Yeah, I kind of forgot Volibear can go jungle.
They both
see a fight level 1? Ooh.
Oh.
How rooted. Oh, no.
Miguel.
Oh.
He
Hard.
was not a knower.
Hard watch. Honestly, hard watch. Yeah, Mel buying boots right off the rip. And the Janna Lucian lane now suddenly is not going to catch a Mel with boots.
Nope.
So that's a great start for Bagpuss.
Okay.
Yeah, they get a nice deep ward in. Little replay on the chain CC here. And just no point in flashing. He's just dead.
Yeah. Good of him to realize that at least, as see everybody just get into their lanes, start their clears.
Yeah, Lilia starting Raptors a little late for some reason. But she has a decent clear speed. So they're going to see each other in the bot river.
Yeah. Does his blue reset here? Did his blue just reset?
I think his blue reset.
Yeah, his blue did in fact reset. Oh, young Mikey. I thought I saw something there on the minimap.
Holy moly. And Lily is a camp up on Volibear. So she's probably going to get to the scuttle before him. And that's not ideal.
Nope.
Yeah, we saw a little trade in the mid lane before. Snow trying to catch Visari, but going phase rush instead of Aerie, he's getting spaced really badly.
Oh? Little gank from the
Renekton gets
Lilia
a
here.
nice little trade, but Lilia's here already. Ignite going down. That's just a solo kill.
Well done, Luca.
Great start into Renekton. If you put him behind, there's a lot of play you can do. Snow missing the double shuriken, deciding to go in anyway, taking so much damage. Conqueror fully stacked, but flashing away. Yeah, the early levels in this matchup are super tough. Oriana passively gives her armor, so she is decent into assassins. They're just going to farm it up in this bot lane here. Yeah, we see the gold graph already sort of leaning towards Bagpuss. And with a Melon Lilia, they definitely scale.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, Mel gets to get a lot of value here, especially once she gets to do a bit of stacking and you get your ult off. There's quite a few low health.
Folly's going in on Lilia.
Oh, on Wukong.
Steals the camp and forces her out the jungle. Now we're going to probably double scuttle. In the top lane, 2 flashes and another kill for Wukong.
Well played to Luca. Did you know that this matchup was this bad for the Renekton?
I thought it was good for Renekton, to be honest. I think that early kill might have really, really swayed it.
Yep. I feel like the Wukong is about to run away with this one.
I think it's one of those matchups that's completely neutral until someone dies, and then it flips that way.
Yep. It's looking really good for BL.
Yeah, double
That's
ignite
exactly
in top
what they
lane,
want.
meaning a lack of TPs.
At least Linium gets to get back to the wave first and is able to push in a wave at least and get something for himself that way. But rough spot to be in top lane here.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
And Lilia is now actually really way further behind than she should be because of that top gank. She ends up not fully clearing a jungle, getting a Gromp taken, losing both crabs. Renekton's just invaded her as well, and she has no camps up.
I have to say, Michael, after his level 1 shenanigan on the blue buff, has shown a masterful way to steal the jungle there as much as possible, punish the Lilia's pathing choices. And yeah, puts the hurt down, showing why he's one of the best upper bracket junglers.
Yeah, one of, not the.
Not the. I believe I'm joined by the tonight.
Yeah, as results will show.
Yeah, we saw your game today.
Good game. But really, I guess the smartest thing is using the fact that they have Lucy and Janna such a strong lane to invade Lilia on the bot side, because they know that even if Mel responds, until she gets some items, not as strong as Lucy.
No, not at all.
Top lane is an island with one king in the Wukong.
Have you seen the CS mid? It's double.
Yeah, that's bad. And he started sword and pots. He still only has a sword to the last chapter. He's probably been trying to get a good reset for a while, and he's just lost the opportunity because Ori TP'd back and he has no TP. So he's probably going to miss a full wave here as he has to come back. Putting him down, 30 CS at 7 minutes? Some have called Skanker a North Stream regen, it would seem.
We saw what North Stream did to him week 1. It was,
yeah, painful. And he wasn't happy, and he's improved his play clearly from the Xerath game. Looking really clean, and such a bad trade onto Rakan. Rakan's really low here. No refillable for Snow is going to make this lane even worse.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in, as said. Not really where you want to be. Basically getting your CS doubled. It feels like that you got to try and get something off. So, no cannon for Sunny there. Unfortunate. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, Sunny's had some amazing games on Lucy in his past Fearless games. Definitely his highest performing champion. So we'll probably see something good later this game. I'm excited to see the pop off.
Definitely so, but at the moment it seems like the pop off we're witnessing is this Wukong, as his pressure has allowed them to get the Void Grubs for free. Can't even contest, and yeah, I think if you fight this Wukong now, you're losing the game here on Grubs.
Yeah, and Drake in response for LR, Wukong and Zed split pushing monsters. They're gonna love those grubs. It's gonna be really strong. We already see a plate and top lane drop just now. And we could see a fight here. The Drake's pretty much gone, but everyone's hovering, and Mel's caught.
Oh, Mel? Oh, Tom, can you get out?
Volley ults on top and a Lucian ult finishing it. Snow one-shots Lucian, goes on to Janna. Gets ulted away. Lily is really out of mana here.
Oh, Orianna ult pulls back in. At least Snow got something. This is a fight of types he was looking for. Gets a kill. It's not the worst, and gets the Lucian, which is at least really, really good for them. Because it's if the Lucian's alive here and they're able to push him both lanes now, oh, that'd be heartbreaking for them.
Yeah, Snow getting that kill is really gonna not necessarily bring him back, but not put him so far behind. He's definitely now a player in the game again.
It gives him enough gold to start being a threat again, because he now gets the Eclipse, meaning that he has one-shot potential on champions at certain thresholds, and that's what you need as Zed. You just need to make this Xquisite champions fear for their life and not be able to decide when to step forward, because there could always be a Zed
and Grand Prix sets.
Oh. It's okay, he still gets it.
That was hard to watch. But we see a 1k gold difference in the jungle. And that's kind of all down to the level 2 gank top, just absolutely ruining his entire tempo. Especially because Volley reset his camp level 1. You know, she had such a good opportunity to punish that, and maybe overforcing to get the Wukong a lead has put herself so far behind. Down 9 camps to Volibear.
That's insane. And I feel like that she didn't even need to be there as Lilia, because in the end it just ended up being a solo kill. You don't even have to be there. I think they wanted to, maybe not knowing just how good the matchup or the trade would end up going for the Wukong, to be able to all in like that. We see a fight here mid lane. Does he have
his Conqueror's fully stacked, but he's so low.
Oh, Lilia trading flashes as here comes secluded potatoes.
He has ult. Yeah, waited for the flash.
Forces out the flash. Can they get the Lilia? No. Oh.
Lilia's ult in
why
one.
Are you walking up? Oh no. But Wukong is getting himself a new crocodile handbag. My lord. Linny is being rolled into a blunt and smoked by that Wukong. Christ in heaven. This is...
Yeah. Snow kind of forcing this fight out of nowhere. You know, gets caught by Ori, goes, I'm ulting in, but Ori can just instantly ult herself. And he ends up taking more damage because the phase rush and the slow on Ori W just puts so much space between them. Just doesn't really have the DPS.
Oh, who's
They're going to try and go for
here?
Sunny here. But Janna's right there. And there's a TP from Ori. She doesn't have ult, but she does have damage. And Tom's going to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, double
Good old
kill.
situation.
Over to Ella. And Volibear doesn't have ult, but it's just a Lilia with no ult. And down she goes. Yeah,
Really
2k
clean
gold
dive.
lead. 12 minutes. The Volibear and Oriana are so far ahead. But Wukong's got a lot to do here.
Indeed, and the play starts out with a classic situation of who's catching who. The TP comes in from the Oriana, makes such a difference. The Lilia ball is rolling, but it doesn't get to do enough, and they're able to clean up the full bot lane. And yeah, LR, they were down gold, but now they're up everywhere except for top lanes. We see Snow here thinking about it. No, just clearing his waves. CS has
Definitely an
gotten back at
overthought.
least. It's not as bad as it was. Only 20 now.
Yeah, Snow's definitely knows how to play Zed. He's sort of coming back into the game after the tough start. But yeah, Lilia's definitely overforcing here. Flash queuing without ult up. She's just not going to have the damage to kill Oribear, even if she doesn't flash. And after Snow gets away here, they should really be calling it quits. But Mr. Clisty will 1v2s right now.
Oh
Down goes
my god.
Renekton. Can Volley finish it off? Yes, he can. And that's a shutdown, I think, to this Volibear, who's now 2k ahead of Lilia.
Massive. Can they get the Drake in
Lilia
time?
on
Yeah, they should
11
be able to.
stacks to completion. Volley on 1. He's just got to clean up those wolves, and he's going to have that upgraded smite. You know, so much CS up on this Lilia. And Skank having a great series as well.
Yeah,
Snow's
my MVP
caught.
so far.
Great ult from Zed. Volley ults in. Sleep goes down. Gets woken up by the Lilia E, meaning that W's not going to connect, and he's going to stay alive. Maybe a bit of an incorrect combo from the Lilia. Not getting that 1-for-1 trade and a shutdown that could have meant so much.
Desperately wanted that shutdown, unable to get it, and the Zed just not able to do enough damage before he just gets blown up by the Volibear Ori combo. And I think if he just eats the Ori ult in his face, it's just going to be a rough fight every time there. And well played to LR to capitalize, and they're starting to grow this gold lead more and more. And if we could see the gold graph, we will see how it swapped and is now starting to explode the other way as we see a trade onto Sunny here.
Yeah, Janna going to be able to cancel a lot of what Rakan can do. You know, can just pop that shield down on Sunny whenever there's a trade, knock away Rakan whenever he comes in. The echoes of Helia healing so much, Sunny's back to full, and they're getting such a good fight. Mel Reflect's going to be very pivotal. But now Rakan's chunked.
Oh, Mel ult.
Yeah, and the Janna healing is keeping him so healthy.
Lucian did have to flash out there, so he's getting something back for BL.
Yeah, Janna are able to poke really well here. And they've put, you know, their other master player, Tom, on a Senna and ML both games. He's really not been able to influence for early game, and, you know, maybe that's been a mistake in their drafts. Putting
Where's
on
the
champs
Samira?
with such low impact. Yeah, Samira's a pop off of his. Even Syndra game 1, maybe they should have put it bot lane and put Snow on one of his better champions, you know, the Irelia.
Oh,
Or even the
Zed.
Or Callisti's getting 4-manned here. He clones an ult, but doesn't realise just how many there are. Oriana ult goes down and he's caught, and that's Herald.
Ay. Wanting to do too much.
Yeah, he probably can 1v2, but a 1v4 is just a big ask.
Linium getting bullied here.
You know, they think they caught him, but he's completely safe under tower with ult up, and they do not have the damage to kill him here.
No, they're running low on it.
Here's Rakan.
See the Rakan. Nah, he can't do anything here.
Yeah, shies away. Mel does have all, you know, if Rakan ulted there and Mel hit a Q, that might have been Renekton's death. But he does get away. Snow's just past 11, take the tower in his face, playing Zed, has really little wave clear. Volibear might just kill Mel here.
You think so? Oh,
I think he could just
Snow.
ult in. Rakan with the quickness, getting knocked away, misses the knock up, and getting taken really low. There's the phase rush. Rakan goes down, and then Snow ults in desperately, and he goes down too.
Double kill to the Oriana. Love to see that for Skanky here, as we see this game
so
starting to
far
blow up.
behind now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wukong has a massive job on his hands, and I don't know if he can really solo carry this with how far behind all of the carries are.
Yeah, it's a classic situation. How do you carry as a top laner on an island? You press tab and whole game's on fire, and you're like, guys, I did what I was supposed to do, beating the other master tier player, right, guys? And it's just feels bad, but who knows? Maybe they're able to
Yeah,
capitalize off of it, because one good fight where the Zed gets one or two of these shutdowns and the Lilia gets one as well, and everything's possible again, because this Wukong is still incredible setup, and in a team fight, if he gets on top of the Oriana or the Lucian, he shreds
they're
humans.
collapsing on Wukong again, or trying to. 3 people bot.
But Mel and Rakan are looking as well.
Yeah, they see Rakana, mate. They call it off, but yeah, if the Oriana or the volley gives away a shutdown to any one of the carries on BL, that's 1k gold in the back pocket instantly. Can swing the game.
100%. Champion like a Zed would love that. Just get to that next item earlier, get that XP, come back into this game. Or for a Lilia, it can make all the difference. Once you have
Snow
those
took
several.
2 tower shots and Linium wants it. Can get a stun, the ignite, the Q. He uses shadow,
Dead. Oh
but takes
no.
taking his 2 tower shots kills him. A little bit of mispositioning going for Pokemon Tower.
Not like this. Oh,
Cancelled by Jana Tornado.
you should be out still, yeah, with the clone.
He wants in.
Looking to go back in now, yeah.
Drowsy.
Sleep as well. Oh, big
2-man
Ori ult.
But he will go down. Volibear trying to go in too, but has to ult away. They have no tower there. Lilia wants to chase.
4v4.
Yeah. And the only ult left is with the quickness on Rakan, and they probably just want to walk away with that shutdown and call it a day.
Yep.
Tom's going to be really, really happy he got that.
Yeah, it makes all the difference. You see the gold lead between the bot laners now only 200 gold, and for a Mel, this is amazing. This is a dream scenario, and we see the Zed being able to push in mid as well. And are they able to do Atakan here? I think so, but
double
Zed's
TPs.
coming. Oh,
Oriana's not in a good spot. The Zed is right here. Has ult. Here's Mel. And he goes down again. A flip on Atakan.
Quickness.
No jungler. Smited away. Oh, Paphos goes solo. Goes down.
And now Dr.
It's a
Duck, Sunny, and
4v3.
Linium trapped in the corner. Running the wrong way. How do you get out here? Do you snap and turn? Oh, Linium!
The clone from Clisty keeps him alive. Sunny puts the damage in the wrong place. Snow flashing in. Sunny kites it well, but will go down. Lilium looking to get a pick on Clisty probably. Vision is kept of him, and he's thinking, can I turn this?
Yeah.
The answer is he doesn't have to. He's just going to walk out. But the gold becomes a lot closer after that Atakan.
Definitely. LR still pick up the Atakan, so they're happy with that, but the fight went really well for BL. We see the gold graph there as it goes down again, so swinging back, and really, really important fight there that they get that off. And Skank's TP was in a bit of Narnia. I don't know why he didn't TP closer to the team. Maybe he didn't have a good ward for it, but that makes it really difficult to fight without your fed Ori. I mean, your fighting a very, very
Oh, look at
difficult
that
fight.
chunk.
Holy. Oh, big
Nearly getting a
ult.
solo kill onto Tom. Phase Rush is going to let him run
Oh!
in. And he just kills Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Rakan W doesn't go where he wants it. And
Oh,
Linium just
no.
having fun with the Herald, taking on 2 people with a charge on it.
My god, all the advantage they just got from that fight they threw away. Their tempo is gone off of the map. It's going to start being pushed in now as well.
Yeah, 5v3 here. Oh!
Mr. Clisty. Massive ult.
Four-man ult.
Oh,
Down goes Janet. Lucian ult's huge, though. Folly Bear's ulting in.
oh. Snow?
So thinks he's Faker. He's actually Ryu. Unable to turn that.
Oh my god.
Mel is chain CC'd under tower. The ult goes off
Oh!
and Renekton goes down, but the rest of them live.
So close.
And
Look
the
at that gold
swings
graph.
back.
Oh.
Yeah, Clisty was such a good engage, but it's 3v5, and they need their Mel to really secure these kills.
Yeah, she's so much of their damage. I'm not really sure if I like the Mel build. Do you? Blackfire Torch, Horizon Focus, and Crypt Bloom?
I guess the thought process is she has enough damage in Zed, Wukong, and Lilia. She just wants to get permanent uptime on her abilities and then get a massive ult off in the fight. You know, the more haste it looks like, the better is the thought process.
Fair enough. I can respect that. I just feel like Crypt Bloom is just a bit of a shit item, but that's just me.
Yeah. The healing is big in team fights. It's a good team fight item, right? Because you know Mel loves the haste on it, and the heal on it's going to be good. Snow greeded to not even get the tower, and he has no shadow. Mel's caught.
Oh, the
Hits
reflect
the tornado
on
back.
the tornado.
Clisty's on Sunny.
Oh my
Lucian
god.
goes down. Oh
What
my
a
god, and they get
reflect.
wiped there.
None of them expecting the Janonado back, knocked up 4 people, and then Mr. Clisty is able to run in onto Sunny, explode them, and everybody's taken so much damage from the Mel abilities that when she ults, it just half healths everyone, and then the cleanup is easy for the Wukong and Zed. So we see the gold graph swing again massively.
This is the idea behind the Mel build. You know, she doesn't need a Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a Storm Surge. Just as much haste as physically possible and a good amount of AP. And you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Qs later, the ult disintegrates him.
It's massive. Really well played by Tom in that fight as well. That reflect on that Janonado made all of the difference, I think. Without that, I don't think they win that fight there.
And the gold is dead even.
Yep. Just like that. Might even swing in BL's favor with the Baron now.
What is the next objective on the map here? We have Drake in 3 minutes. That is Soul for LR.
Yep. Hextech Soul as well if they get it.
Yeah, if Linian gets spotted here, Clisty and Snow might realize that they can catch him.
Maybe a little bit scared of the people they didn't see on Vision. You don't want to give over anything, especially not with them having Baron and almost starting to push into a gold lead. Looking to get this bot tier 2 would be a lot of gold for them.
Control of this bot jungle. Looking for some kind of pick. And you've got to say, Linium on this Titan has been really underwhelming. Yeah,
it's. I thought it would be better. I think Mr. Clisty's had his numbers. Yeah, here we see. Oh, look at that reflect. Oh.
Yeah, the Rakan knock up to follow.
That was
mid ADC and jungle going down.
Exactly what BL needed, and this is how they were going to get back into this game. So, oof.
Snow
Okay.
does not want the smoke.
I feel like
And
trading
Midtower
with
could go down
Renekton.
here.
I think there's very few melee champions that like trading with Renekton. Apart from apparently Wukong, I learned today. So next time I get autofill top lane, definitely going to try this. Probably won't be as good.
Yeah, I think being able to clone and try and bait the Renekton stun onto the clone can be really, really strong. Because that's such a
Yeah.
powerful ability that he has.
Does he
Snow's
flash on
caught
this
here
side?
without Shadow, I think. He has Flash. He's going to use ult,
Oh,
and he's going to go down.
secluded potatoes.
Wow.
Picking up another kill.
The Zed is not going any lethality at all. Eclipse, Black Cleaver, Shojin. Looking for pure numbers rather than, push him at armor down. A surprise to me.
Do you agree with it?
I mean, I see armor on Renekton, Volley, Oriana, and Janna obviously has a massive shield for her and Lucian. So
Yeah.
I can understand lethality probably being pretty bad here. But I would have expected to see Shirelda's at least, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have thought he would go Serpent's Fang this game. With the amount of champions that have a shield on the
Yeah, it would have been a
team.
great buy. Would have been a great buy. It's good on Wukong too, but he's more focused on getting his key items.
Yeah, I don't think...
Oriana's caught. Oh my
Oh,
god. She's on
Skank.
his chest flash, but
No,
instantly knocked up by the Wukong ult. And there's a sleep onto Janna. Whew.
big damage from the
Has to
Lilia
use
now.
ult, and she's too low to fight. LR have just lost their opportunity at Soul.
Yep. BL are putting up a very, very strong showing here. After game 1 was a rough game for them, and now game 2 here, they've really shown back up. The gold lead has basically flipped back and forth, and yeah, Screwed Potatoes is out of there.
Yeah, they try and push mid wave while Bagpuss go Drake, but Bagpuss bait them in and punish for early mid push. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
Snow.
god. Doesn't realise Renekton can just absolutely take him out. And Linium's going to have to try and 1v1 for Wukong here. Doing a decent job, but the Ignite goes down. He has ult back up. So much damage coming out. The healing from Wukong is insane. And
And the
stays
armor
alive
from
with those Conqueror stacks. Oh,
the
but Sunny
passive
is
armor
going to
as
finish
well.
it.
No.
Khaleesi does so much damage, and he flash
No.
autos, taking out Sunny as well. Absolute monster game from Khaleesi here. Single-handedly keeping them in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, really well played, and I feel like in these fights you see the value of the Wukong gets armor on his Q or his passive just throughout
Yeah,
the
the
fight
passive
stacking.
is someone hits him, he gets health regen and armor, and that's
Yeah.
just so strong.
And you saw it was still fully stacked when the Lucian came up because you're like, oh, he's just gonna E one time and get 2 autos off, maybe W and get 2 more off, and he's dead. But no, the Wukong just took it and said, all right, now it's my turn to use my abilities and just E auto Q auto and just evaporated him.
Yeah, the thing you always have to worry about Wukong is he could be pretending to be in the clone, and you sit there waiting for him to pop back out, and he never does.
Yeah.
And then
So
when you
much fun
really go,
in Earth. The
yeah,
low cooldown.
always have it
Oh,
up. The lethality Hydra on Wukong here, I think, is not the best buy, to be honest. Oh, he's caught out here. Goes in 1v5. Has
ooh.
no flash, and he's caught really badly, and that's Baron.
Oh, he'd been playing so well, picked up 2 kills for his team in the previous play, but now gets caught out there. I agree with the item. I don't like the lethality Hydra at all, but maybe he knows something we don't. It's
Oh my
Linium!
god,
Ooh!
Lily is one shot.
Exclude Pathos is running after this Zed, and
Yes, Snow gets run down by Volibear. And that's
yep.
Baron. Tom's trying to trade bot tower, and he will be able to, I think. But the rest of Alara come in. He needs to run fast.
Is he
He
faster than
greets
a
for
Janna?
cannon.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
he greeted for cannon, and now he's caught. Rakan might kill himself to try and save him.
Yeah. Support lives don't matter. Send it, buddy.
Renekton's so fast, and here's
No.
Volibear, 5 people. Greeting for cannon. Clisty and Tom, the two Masters players, the two carries on the team, both make small mistakes but spiral into an absolute send of the game back towards LR's favour when they were ahead just a second ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough watch. I feel like the moment BL's been, they worked really hard to come back into this game, and then just tiny little mistakes have cost them a few times now. We were just talking about how good Clisty was. He gets the 1v2 top lane, and you think, okay, this is it. You turn it into something. He wants to get the scuttle, loses out there and dies, and then they lose Baron, and then they overforce bot lane. Oh, it's a cannon. Was it worth it? Answer
Lucian
is
Ult's
no.
going to put Lilia so low, and the tower's got to go down here. Clisty can't defend it on his own.
Nope.
But
Inhib as
Tom's
well.
alive now, and maybe a bit of hubris from Pathos.
Oh,
Tries to ult
Linea's
out, but
dead.
so much damage coming in. Snow's in the middle.
Look at the
Ori
Mel
caught on the
ult.
side, coming from a terrible angle. Sunny's going low. Clisty putting so much damage out. Tom finishes him off.
They just walked into the Wukong's face, and he got to get his full combo off again. And this time the Mel was there, and she's full build. She EQs, and then that Mel ult must have done like 2.2k damage or something spread out over everyone that she hit.
They didn't realize that the bot lane they just killed had already come back, and they pushed too far. They went too close to the sun, and the game has flipped back towards Bagpuss.
It just
This
feels
mid
like we're
tower's going to
watching
go down
throw
here.
into throw. We're just watching both teams got too overconfident, back to back to back to back, and are they going to end? No.
10 seconds on the LR team. They've gone for the second inhib. Hex gates
Makes
are in,
sense.
so they need to get out now, because Janna's going to speed up our whole team, and I think
We're
they're
not
going
doing
to
the
get
same
chased
thing
down.
again, right? Oh my god, we're doing the same thing again.
They stay too long, but do they catch? Oh, they can't catch
No.
Renekton, can they? Yes, they can. Comes at the cost of Mel's life, and this fight is so lost.
Oh
Clisty,
no, we did it
with
again.
no
It's the
ult.
back to back to back to back to back throw.
Oh
no, we don't even ult over the wall.
Yeah, and Lilia's just absolutely one shot by Lucian. Snow's gonna try and shadow away, and I think he's caught. Yeah, Ori flashes over the wall. That's gonna confirm that kill. Hextech Soul and Inhib, because they stayed a bit long for the bot Inhib again.
Yeah.
The gold's even, but doesn't feel it.
Yeah, this feels bad. I don't know, we just watched 5 throws back and forth, so I think the game needs to calm down for a second. Everybody breathe, take a second and just actually have all your members alive and not just run back and forth. And man, BL, so greedy. So greedy. You just had 2 people die doing this exact same thing. But, at least they got 2 inhibs for it. But yeah, we see 1 minute 50 until Baron, as we see the Dragon Soul for LR, and I think that'll be a crucial decider in these fights because it's so easy to apply and it does so much. The slow on the Zed and Wukong is actually huge in the fights because it destroys their mobility and the movement speed that they get from their items.
Yeah, and they're setting up for Baron very early. 1 minute 30, and we're already taking this topside control. They need a crazy Wukong ult here to turn this, I think, with how much
we've had
gold
3 of
LR
those.
have now.
Yeah, we've had 3 of them. Why not a 4th one? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They've mind control walked into it a few times, so I think he can get another one off. He's been really, really good on it. So, why not?
I have a feeling there's going to be a fight here, and Snow's nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
Top tower
no.
goes down.
Snow, run.
And he's looking for the flank, but gonna call it. Yeah,
Don't
they get
blast
a
going in.
nice little bit of poke down. And no one ints just yet, but with Baron in 30, you've got to assume it's coming.
Yeah, look at the throws. You can see them all right there. It's
Huh.
one peek, throw, peek, throw, peek, throw, peek. Wow, it's like 6 throws right there.
Now, I'm not saying correlation equals causation, but I feel like we might see another one very soon.
Right? Like, you feel like it has to be coming. It's been the longest time without one since, I think, the last 12 minutes, so... Feels like
Baron
it's...
is up, and Mel is bot lane. You've got to assume they're going to try and draw this TP out.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're just starting it.
It's gone. It's already gone.
Yeah.
Lucian's full build. But they are here,
Christie's
actually.
here. Oh?
Oh, they're
What
going
can
to try
we
and
do as
finish
Wukong?
it.
Are we
Lucian
flipping
goes
this?
out.
Oh, Wukong?
Calliste's in.
Oh, he's stolen it!
Oriole
The
is
big ult!
big.
Clisty and Snow
Snow's
got
still
ult at the
alive.
same time. Tom is trying his hardest, reflects. Oh.
Oh, and Lily is slowed by Janna, her worst nightmare. It's a 2v3. If they catch Snow here, I don't know if they can end, but
They don't have a wave anywhere. They have
They
super
put it
minions pushing bot
really off
lane.
tempo if he gets the stun. That's a kill.
At least the Rakan has Baron. Optimistic gaming here. Always believe any game is winnable.
Tom for a Hail Mary Q to finish off Skank that could have won the team fight, but he Zonya's it, stays alive, getting the kill on Lilia, and subsequently kind of winning the whole fight just off that one small play.
Yeah, and he starts off at the fight with ulting Clisty and Snow at the same time as they converged on top of the Lucian, which let him survive just that little bit longer. And Skank's been playing amazing this series so far. Been my MVP at the moment.
Yeah, we get to watch this fight again, and the Lilia E kind of going a bit wide. They're all stacked up, and it looks so good. The Lucian ult goes wide. Calliste's in there.
Watch
you
this
see the
now.
Ori ult right there.
Oh!
So much damage. And without that Wukong, the fight's kind of over.
I feel like that Ori ult right there just wins you the fight, just straight up.
Yeah, definitely. But Ori smartly stayed out of the fight completely until everything was burning. We see another fight here. Rakan ulting in with the quickness. Tom thinks he's caught. The Lucian ult hitting no one. And there's the Drowsy. Linny in the middle of everything kills Tom. The main damage source kills Clisty, the other damage source. And Snow on the backline. Janna peels him away. Rakan goes down. And that is game 2 and a 2-0 to Leicester Ratatouille.
Oh, they get it in the end. Bit of throwing back and forth. Not as clean as they would have liked. I thought for a second there BL was going to take it. I saw that final Wukong ult again, you know. He'd done it before, you never know, but really well played to LR here in the end, taking the game and the series 2-0. Well played. They've come back from their first few weeks of struggling, and this was a really, really good performance, and I really want to shout out Skanky here. What a performance from him. Xerath, game 1, smacked the Sindar around here. Game 2 on the Ori, game-winning Ori ults. Really important, laned really well, just very, very impressive all around.
Yeah, I completely agree. So who would you say your MVP votes are?
I have to put Skanky there, Sunny as well, definitely. Very important, quiet. Yeah. And the Smolder as well, he was just there doing his stacking thing. They traded really well bot lane, and the third I would put up there has to be Secluded Potatoes. Very important, big here on the Volley Bear. Not the flashiest mechanics. Yeah, Dr. Duck could be as well. But I feel like the Volley Bear was so important, and in game 1, the Jarvan, both times his pathing was just superior to Anfilgus, it seemed, and he just had an advantage of him being so many camps up 2 games in a row. You know, you're doing something right.
That's true, but I feel like on the Janna and Emilio, I just saw like great play to keep Sunny alive, you know, through both those
Oh,
games with all the
100%.
dive involved. I think Familiar Qs were on point, Familiar ults were on point. The Janarults
100%.
kept Zed completely knocked out. A couple of those Qs cancelling Rakan, you know. A lot of the lead that they got was kind of down to Duck as well. But obviously
100%.
Pathos absolutely Jungle Kingdomed game 2, and game 1 was you know really strong as well, but maybe more down to the Maokai having 3 losing lanes.
Indeed. But man, what a banger series here in the end. Love to watch
Game
it.
1, bit of a stomp. Game 2, so much fun to watch.
Yeah, one of the games of the season so far, and I really want to shout out Mr. Clisty on that Wukong. He kept them in this game several times with massive engages. I think if he doesn't make that engage 2 times there bot lane, I think this game ends after 26, 27 minutes and it's GG. You go home. He tried really
100%.
hard, and yeah, you have to respect that.
Yeah, I mean, he put the moves onto Linium. Probably didn't appreciate what he had done to him a couple of those times. But he had a really good comeback on Renekton there. You know, he finished 10-8 up from like 1-4, 1-5. Definitely had a comeback.
Very much
but
so.
yeah, shout out Clisty. Shout out Tom and Mamel game 2. Did
Yeah.
a lot of work to sort of bring them back to a point where they could win it. We'll put the MVP and ace votes out, and congratulations to Let's Reddit TV.
Indeed, and thank you guys so much for joining us. And I think on that we will send you guys into the night.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching.